Are live. Assuming that Twitch decides to work this time. But we're not.
Yeah, I hope
it's not Edge of the Empire, man. We don't have to do that anymore.
We do it every time. Sometimes Kizik does it.
So I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna work backwards and talk about what I remember most vividly. So
okay.
We made a huge moral decision. So first off, I walked into the green box and I was able to start shouting orders, and people just did what I said, and that makes me concerned that something like Grizzly has not been the same since the Gertie thing. And I meant to bring it up in the last episode, but everything was happening so quick, I never got a chance to do it. So now that Hammer's back with us after his bubble gut thing, because he ate some bad something and ended up with radiation poisoning, shitting his guts out in the bathroom the whole last episode. But I thought maybe like soldier to soldier, you guys want to have a conversation and make sure that Grizzly's okay. But what resulted from that was we went to the town council meeting, knocked a bunch of people out, and we captured both one of the alien dudes and one of the main witches, or one of the older witches from the local cult. And the witch was like able to look into people's eyes through cameras and like put them in trances and shit. So early on, Chad was like, this bitch gotta go, because she's a time bomb. But he wasn't sure how to handle that until the alien dude was like, I can ascend into a greater being and get a spaceship and possibly help you stop this asteroid from bumping into the planet. And I was like, I don't really trust you, but I do need to get rid of this witch. Would she work? So I sort of let the alien eat the witch. I say it was a group decision, but it was my idea. So I very vividly remember the very graphic scene of the alien ingesting the witch. It was quite a thing. And then him transforming. So that's 2 town council members. Oh no, sorry. The lady was just a secretary for the really rich guy, Ivan Gore something. Gorza. Yes, got it written down right here. He's Gore's a tech mining company. He also dabbles in aeronautics. So he does, I'm thinking spacecraft, but it might be aircraft. Anyway, he was a potential target for a while, and we wanted to get some more information on him. I don't know how he's involved with all of this, but I'm pretty sure he's a big part of the cult, probably the financial benefactor. From there, we got ambushed that night by some local hicks at the inn. And after I got to be a badass and shoot a bunch of people up, which really made me happy, we dumped their bodies in the well at the inn and found out that the well is a bottomless pit. Now, Theo saw some things that I didn't see, but he didn't tell Chad these things. I just know it metagame. All Chad noticed is that when he dropped his road flare in, it never seemed to hit the bottom. And when he dropped the bodies in, they never seemed to hit the bottom. And his interpretation of this is that there's probably a mining tunnel or something below this thing. Also, because there were no trucks there for the rednecks to have arrived in, Chad thinks maybe they came out of that well. And is seriously considering rigging that well with an explosive so that if someone pulls the top off, it just explodes the whole thing and maybe 5 meters in each direction.
Well, what if it's a portal?
That's a good... Like, metagame, that's a good theory. I'm not sure Chad's ready for that explanation, although Chad has definitely had his eyes opened to some surreal shit in the last episode. Because, watching an alien eat a witch, it's been a thing for him. But at the same time, I'm not sure Chad's ready to accept just straight up magic. In his mind, there's still a very technical explanation. It's just that these aliens are super advanced.
Portal. That's an explanation.
Sure.
It's not magical. It's just a scientifically created wormhole.
Kizik, I definitely missed stuff.
He might be doing sound check.
Hopefully he's going to come back and the first thing he's going to say is, sounds good.
Craven could be a little bit louder. Other than that, everybody's good.
Excellent.
I don't think I can do louder. Oh, that's on. You're telling him. I understand. Sorry.
He's at 179%, so I'm gonna bring him all the way up to 200.
A different headset, so
That's all I can do.
it's my travel headset.
All right, Kizik, what did I miss?
I made a good plan with the sheriff.
No, you didn't. I specifically skipped that so I wouldn't have to rub your nose in it, and you brought it up immediately.
I made a good plan. Yeah, go ahead. Explain that plan.
I was told to get the sheriff on board with the plan of just randomly gassing their meeting. And I went and I told him everything, and he said, "Oh, that's pretty cool. We should also bring them edibles." So we brought them edibles. And then I showed him that I had green blood, and he should have killed me. Maybe. I don't know. I think the sheriff and I are buddies, though. So I hope he didn't kill me. And then everybody had edibles and then was double dosed with bug THC fog. And I'm
And he's dead.
Yeah, we lost him. That's what all I heard.
Yeah, I think he was gonna say I'm fucked.
Yeah, because the sheriff just walked in. That's what happens. The sheriff just showed up in his basement in real life, and that's just it for him. The game became reality, and he's done. Also,
the sheriff did show up at the end there. Too.
I love how sugar-coated his version of that story is. Because his actual instructions were go get the sheriff and bring him here. Not tell him every detail of every plan we had up until this point.
Oh, and there's a PI coming to find me. But I called my wife back with the public cell phone because I'm a good spy.
With the public payphone, this is exactly where you're at. I'm
shocked at how good this plan is.
You know, he hasn't told anybody about the whole calling his wife and telling her exactly where he is and what he's doing yet. He has not mentioned that to anyone.
Surprising. Like I said, I'm shocked at the wonderful and all good decisions you've been able to make.
To be fair, the GM forced that one.
I do railroad sometimes. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to do it now. So, last episode was Wednesday. You guys did the whole town council thing. Today is Thursday. But instead of starting in the morning, what I'm going to do, because I've never done this before, is I'm going to start this mission right in the middle of your escape. And then we're going to play backwards. So, you guys don't remember what happened for a period of time of about 10 hours. From Thursday morning until right now, you guys don't remember what you're doing. And right this second, you are in the sledge, and you're traveling at a high rate of speed down that's a pretty straight shot of a forest road at night. Let me pull this thing up. There we go. And build. Who's the better driver of the three of you?
That's probably not me, but I'll check.
I've only wrecked one vehicle.
That's not how you judge. I have a 50 in driving.
I have a 44 in drive.
I figure you guys are in the sledge. That's the three of you. So this is what's happening. You guys all come to, basically. Somebody is behind the wheel, and then there are two people shooting out of the back of the sledge at something massive and tentacled that has, like, come out onto the road behind you, and it's leaving this nasty, oily mucus trail behind it. So whoever's driving the sledge is going to be immediately giving me a drive check, and then the other two people are immediately giving me a firearms roll.
If we're
Shooting.
allowed to metagame this a little bit, I do think Kizik should be driving, even though I have a better drive score, because he doesn't have nearly my shooting score.
And I'm okay with that. That's why I gave it to you like that.
Yeah, my drive is 20, so I would assume that I'm not the good driver.
Apparently, I'm the best driver, but that's with the 50. So,
It's a low bar.
yeah, it's a low bar.
I'm real good at shooting.
Oh, I like this token. Look at this guy.
It's hard to see it. There's no direct light on it, and it's busted out of the forest, and with it has come trees and just shrapnel. As he comes out on the road, he kind of does this skid, and like I said before, this black oily mucus is coming off of it, and it screeches into the night. And then I'm guessing Kizik guns it, right, Theo?
Kizik guns it and rolls a 33, so that's a critical success.
Critical success. That's fan-fucking-tastic. You guys give me your firearms rolls.
Hammer, what did you eat? Did you shit this thing out?
I don't know. Where are we?
Good question. We're shooting this thing. Oh, I have all sorts of new toys over here now. Okay, so I'm going to use my stats for the M4 because I have it on there. So I rolled a 1.
Well, that's cool. You're going to hit it. I think that's a crit success because it's a 1.
That's why I was asking. I can't get any better than that.
Yeah. I think it's 1, and then 11, and then, yeah.
So on
22.
a crit success, I don't do anything different for dice.
As far as damage is concerned,
Yeah.
negative. Just give me the damage, and I'm going to do it on my end.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's only a 2 in damage because it's 1d12 damage.
I got a 79 out of 80.
And he's going to do more
Oh,
damage
man.
than me.
Go ahead and give me your damage roll.
Why am I going to do more damage?
Because I rolled a 2.
He rolled a 2, but he did crit.
How do we do damage again?
It should be attached to your weapon.
I don't even see my weapon. Hold on. Oh, next page. All right. 1d12.
I should have shot my poison dart gun. It's got a lethality rating.
3. It did not roll, though.
It didn't roll? I mean, roll it again if it didn't roll.
That's an 11.
See, that's better.
It also has lethality 10%. How does that work?
So that would be you roll a D100, and if you get...
Is it a
10
separate?
or
Is it a
below.
separate roll? I thought it was part of your.
It's supposed to be a separate roll.
Oh.
Yeah. Metagame, it doesn't really matter with this thing.
Yeah, I got 44 out of. I guess I needed 10.
Yeah, you need 10 or less. All right, so you did 11, and then we had 2
3.
armor piercing 3.
Mhm.
You had AP as well, didn't you, Archon?
Yeah, I got AP 5.
Okay, so all of your damage is AP. Okay. All right, so Husky shot goes out and strikes this thing as it's sliding across the asphalt. Its momentum is kind of carrying it a little bit off the road at this point, and Husky's shot nails it in the bottommost tentacle as it's swirling forward and undulating a little bit, to make its movement. Then Hammer's shot comes in and hits basically in the same spot. It pulls that tentacle all the way down and twists this creature off the road. It dives out of the light that you guys have off the back of the sledge from like your taillights and stuff. So as of right now, it's obscured in the forest. You guys have done a fuck ton of damage to it. Pretty good, pretty good. All right. We had Theo. Theo did a critical roll to accelerate, so you guys are headed down the road. And for our next 6 seconds, this is the current setup. So, do you guys want to keep firing, or do you want to reload, or check something? It's up to you guys, but this is next turn.
I want to pull out my high-powered flashlight and see if I can shine it on where that thing went.
Oh, good call. Okay.
I've got a grenade ready. If he spots it, I'm gonna pitch that grenade there. Otherwise, I'm gonna guess.
Is it just what kind of check is it to? Is it an alertness check or is it?
Do you want me to slow down? What is that thing?
No, don't slow down.
Did he just ask if he wanted us to slow down?
Yeah. So can I use alertness for that?
Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet. Give me that alertness roll.
I think I still failed it. I did. Damn it. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and mark that as failed.
Yeah, so like the flashlight torch beam comes, flooding out, and it is a high-powered flashlight. It just seems like whatever was there is just hiding in the shadows now. It was fucking massive, though, and you guys have lost it in the woods. And you guys are headed back down the valley. You guys recognize this road now. This is the straight stretch that goes into like a bunch of like these switchbacks. So, Theo, as you're like flying down this straightaway, you realize that, hey, man, you need to slow down because it becomes like this really winding forest road. Let me get to it. There it is. I'm going to start you guys up top. Elevation wise, it goes the highest is green, and then down to blue. So like there's a pretty big elevation change as these kind of switch back and forth. So Theo, give me your first drive roll for this map.
Keeping it as fast as I can go in there. As I said, don't slow down. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm going to fly off these edges. And I slam on the brakes not as hard as I can, but I slow her down a lot to make the turns. That's a 60. That's a fail.
So you slow down like just too much. You come around this turn and you went from like 45 down to like 10, 15 trying to make this turn. You might have come off the road a little bit and there's a bump. And then you guys hear that same like screechy, warbling noise that you guys had heard before when the creature came out originally. And the sledge is pointing back up the hill now. And in the headlights of the sledge, you guys see it barreling down towards you. It's not even bothering with the road. It's coming straight on through the trees, and it's just smashing trees and shit out of the way. And as you guys come up around this turn where you're closest to it, give me your firearms rolls, guys, in the back.
I hit.
Excellent.
Or 9. Armor piercing 5.
53 out of 70. I'm pitching a grenade. I don't know how that works.
I think it's
lethality 15.
Athletics roll.
Yeah, I did that. I don't know how the damage part works.
So it's just it's lethality. So it's 2d10, and if you get less than 15, it kills. If you get more than 15, we add those two dice together, and that's your damage.
66.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So it's two sixes is 12 damage.
No, not 66. 60 and 0.
Okay, so I'll take that as 16 damage.
Okay, 16 damage.
Because if it's 2d10s instead of a d1 or d100, whatever it is.
So
Husky Shot is direct and, I mean, center mass of this undulating tentacled horror thing. And then Hammer throws this fucking frag grenade, and it, like, crosses over top of the frag grenade and takes it directly in. I guess its underbelly is the best way to call this thing. It smashes the underbelly and sends like jets of this black ichor everywhere. The shrapnel from this grenade pierced all the way through its body, and you can see it like smashing into shit as the explosion just rocketed out of the bottom of this thing, and it kind of like lifts it up and everything. It stops. That grenade fucking stopped this thing, and Theo makes the corner around this pine tree and comes on. Give me another drive check, Theo.
Theo, you hear say fuck, 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 fuck. Then rolls a 67.
Out of?
40.
Oh, gotcha. Again, he just didn't build up enough speed as Theo just... And he, like, the left side tires of the sledge kind of run off the road again. He's watching for this thing instead of watching the road, and he's just making it just too slow. On this side, he just grinds the edge. There's like a little wall there on this side, and the sledge takes some grindage on the passenger side. And then Theo makes this corner. You guys, the undulating tentacles is up on top of the hill. You guys can kind of see its silhouette up against the black sky and like the trees and shadows behind it. And it's still there. It's like prodding itself with its own tentacles. And it's not moving this turn. What do you guys want to do in the back?
Still want to put my flashlight on it. I'm just trying to see how it affects it. Is it just psychological, or is it causing any kind of physical reaction?
Yeah, give me an alertness roll. I should have made you guys take sanity rolls too.
I rolled in 11, which is a critical success.
Perfect. The flashlight beam just completely falls on this alien horror, and you guys, all three of you, see it really well for the first time. Give me sanity rolls. That's perfect.
I'm rewarded with my critical success with roll sanity that you will fail.
Your critical success will show you that this thing is bleeding profusely. It looks like it ain't moving.
So we have to roll.
From
we have to roll underneath our current sanity score with a D100, right?
Correct.
Just verify. Oh, I failed the shit out of that.
Yeah.
How many points am I taking?
I'm going to roll a d6. Archon takes 1. Oh my god. Craven, you take 6. Sorry, that's bad luck.
How much?
Theo, did you...
Not even close.
Oh, so you failed it?
Correct.
You take 3. It sucks, but it's the rules. Now we're going to do a fight, flight, or freeze on Craven. So Craven, that's a D6. You're going to rate them flight, fight, or freeze. Least likely to most likely.
Fight would be your most.
Okay, so that's going to be a 4, 5, or 6. And then what's the middle? Second most likely.
I guess flight. We're already flying, right?
Well, you might jump out of the car.
I guess then freeze would be more likely. I don't see him jumping.
Yeah. I would agree with that. And then roll your d6. Tell me what you get.
4.
No, okay. So you're fighting.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep.
Yeah. All right.
It's now a deer in headlights for it. I'm going to put this grenade in its headlights.
Oh, I thought you were going to open up with the automatic weapon. It's going to be one of those things where you keep your barrel on it, even when there's like trees and shit in between you, and you're just holding the trigger down.
I'm going to say the range on that grenade is going to be tough to make it all the way.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I'll just use the rifle then. Uh, 71 out of 70. I'll use a luck point.
Okay. So your mental faculties are just kind of melting away as you see this thing. It's huge, and your first reaction is it has to die. If it bleeds, we can kill it, and you just pull the trigger. Pow, 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 pow. Give me your damage roll.
Hey, Ghost, just a mechanical thing. Since I've spotlighted this thing, can he have a little bit of a boost so he doesn't have to spend a luck point?
I'll give him that instead of spending the luck point because we're not supposed to use luck for attack rolls. I don't think.
I thought we could.
Let me read my thing because it's been a minute.
I thought it was skill check. I thought you couldn't use it for damage, but it might be attack rolls. There's a thing for cannot use luck to adjust. You cannot use luck to adjust damage rolls, push rolls, sanity rolls, skill experience checks, or adjust luck rolls themselves. So right here on this cheat sheet that's right next to my thing.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
So yeah, he can't adjust his damage, but he can adjust his attack. But I don't want him to spend the luck point if he doesn't have to. I've already done the thing that should give him a boost.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. 6 damage.
That is fantastic. I mean, not for the monster, but for you guys.
Armor piercing 3.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. All right. Your shots just chew this thing up, and it undulates more and kind of like twists up. It like reaches out to its like a nearest tree, and its tentacle wraps around the tree and just pulls it, breaks it in half. It uses the tree and it starts like rubbing the tree on it for some reason. Yeah, it's alien. You have no idea why the fuck it does what it does. And Theo, give me another drive check.
Theo's still freaking out. It's 4-wheel drive, and he's trying to treat it like it's 2-wheel drive. It's not working out really well. I think it's a 48. That's really close, but I still failed.
Again, just like grinding the side. You're just looking back at this monster instead of really watching the road, going fuck, 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 or whatever, however you're reacting to this thing. It's bad.
That's darker than the shadow. How is that possible? No, I should be driving. No, my goodness, that's the edge of the road.
Yeah, that sounds more like a Theo thing, is he's scientifically trying to analyze it while he's driving down the road. Guys, get samples!
Right, 100%. So you get to this point, Theo, and the road kind of tapers. It doesn't taper; it splits. So one is, it goes further off into town, and the gravel road off to your right would take you back up and around this mountain. You guys don't remember why you were up here to begin with, so it doesn't really help. But yeah, you realize that like as you pass this road, it's kind of like a deja vu moment of when you saw it the first time in reverse as you guys made your way up here earlier today. Does anybody in the back want to do anything during these 6 seconds before we trot on and leave combat?
Can I still see the thing?
Yeah.
I do. Is my flamethrower still here?
Yeah, it's in the sledge.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch that out with a grenade on it.
It's still a distance thing, but you
I'm
can
not
do
trying
whatever
to
you
hit
want. Yeah, where are you leaving it?
I'm trying to set the forest on fire.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the safest way to keep it from attacking the town.
I'm just gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I feel like me and Craven just reversed roles for a second. 87 out of 88, I hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you hit. Roll me that damage. And then, Craven, give me a demolitions roll.
Oh, and I got 10 damage, armor piercing 5.
$46 out of 50.
That's a damn good success. So, Theo, you're...
46 out of 60.
Okay, it's still a damn good success. Theo Raoul, you punch it down the valley on this one-lane road, and you're going back into town, right? Did you make that decision,
Going
right?
straight
Yeah.
back.
Okay. Hammer wraps duct tape around his flamethrower, puts the grenade in there, pulls the pen, throws it out next to a bunch of pine on the side of the road, and you guys will see this awesome scene as you guys drive away and the flamethrower tank just explodes.
I banished the shadows.
Banish the shadows.
Nothing to fear. I have banished the shadows.
I mean, I'm still a little bit scared of the forest catching on fire. Like, there's only one road in and out of town.
I don't be
Yeah,
out by the time I need to leave again. And also,
It's definitely on fire.
Yeah, we don't want that thing coming any closer.
Do any of you remember how that thing came to be? Because I'm having a little bit of trouble remembering how we got here.
Yeah, I don't actually remember how we even got here, so.
I think we took that road we just passed, but I don't know how I know that. I just remember waking up driving. Wait, can you sleep and drive?
Not well.
You shouldn't. That's what energy drinks are for.
Wait, what day is it?
Thursday, I think.
Did we meet with Gorza in the morning?
Wait a minute. Wasn't Hammer shitting his guts out like... Are you okay? You had radiation poisoning. You shouldn't be okay.
I think I'm fine.
Feel fine.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, this is not good.
Wait, it's bad that I feel good?
Hey, anyone bleeding?
I pull out my knife and look at him as if, who do you want me to stab?
I point to Theo.
I stab Theo.
Does he bleed green?
He's driving down the road and just gets stabbed. Give me a drive check, Theo.
I stab him in his meaty thigh. I'm careful.
25, second pass.
Oh, he drives better when you do that.
Yeah, we need to do that more often. Now that's how you wake up, right there, buddy.
Yeah. How do you react to getting stabbed?
I stomp on the gas and we're going real fast.
I just want to know if his blood appears green to me.
It does, but not any less or more than before.
Okay, but that still means that I don't have the green blood because otherwise it would appear red.
It's a good point.
Okay.
I cut my... Oh, what color does it look like to me?
It's slightly green to you.
Really?
I cut my hand. What color's mine?
Yeah, your blood is red to you.
And Theo's is green.
To you, yeah.
All right, I turn to...
Wait. That's the opposite of what you told me the first time.
I know it is.
I stab Chris.
His blood's red.
All right, well we're good. But Theo's blood is green.
Yes.
Slightly.
Your blood is green too, to me. I'm assuming that's still the case, right?
Yes.
Okay. We've already
But
established.
his blood is red to me, and my blood is red to me.
Correct. But you see Theo's blood is slightly green. And you're all poking each other in the fucking truck as you're driving.
Oh, no,
down
I'm the only
switchback.
one poking.
Has anyone ever seen DS9? We're doing the changeling check. We're all cutting each other's hands to make sure we're not, changelings.
Right, and the thing, you guys are all putting it in the petri dishes, putting
Yep.
your blood in.
Yep, flying fire.
Okay, so that I haven't been infected with one of the things. So that can't use that as an explanation of memory loss, because if we had one of the things in our heads, we maybe would lose memory. But that doesn't appear to have happened, so it's got to be something else. We should call the sheriff and see what's happened, what time it is, what day it is, and what's happened. He's our trusted contact.
Wait, hold up. Do we tell each other what color we see?
We already know. I mean, yes, we should tell each other what color. I would have mentioned it.
All right, so I see you as red. I see Theo as green. You see Theo as green. You see me as green.
Yep.
Theo, what color is my blood?
I look
Green.
down at it. It's green, clearly. We know that, though.
And what color is
Husky.
Husky's blood?
Theo sees Husky as red.
It's red.
Theo sees his own blood as red.
And mine is red. And Theo pats his jacket and he pulls out a blunt and lights it.
Oh yeah, puff pass.
Yeah, you guys need to keep that up. I'm gonna call G-Cell. That's what I'm gonna do. Pull out my phone, call Grizzly.
Hello.
Grizzly, we're up on the mountain road. No idea what's going on, but we've lost a lot of time. As in, we can't remember what's happened. What's going on? What day is it? We might need to regroup with you guys.
Also, a small forest fire.
Okay, it's Thursday, like 10 p.m. Well, I saw you guys earlier today.
What were we,
Okay, you lost time.
What were we doing when you saw us?
You guys said you were going to check out petroglyphs, I think?
Petroglyphs.
Yeah, it was petroglyphs.
When I went to sleep last night after the Ickle brothers, Theo, you were studying petroglyphs. Do you remember anything about that?
I know that I was pretty sure there's ones up in the mountains.
Yeah, like the ones we just came from?
I mean, there are mountains all around us, but I had a high suspicion that there was some up there. But I thought we were going to meet with Gorza in the morning.
We were going to meet with Gorza in the morning. No. Who were we going to meet with in the morning? It wasn't Gorza.
It was an emergency meeting.
Was it Gorza?
I just know that you went and got you. I think you were checking out petroglyphs. That's what you told me in the morning, anyway.
We also wanted to go to Podunk's.
We did want to meet someone at Podunk's, but it wasn't Gorza.
Damn. Do you you don't remember who you were meeting?
No.
Maybe retrace your steps.
So go back to the mountains or go to Podunk's.
No,
The mountain's on fire.
Yeah, the mountains are going. Yeah, the mountains are going to be kind of hard to go back and analyze that. But also, we should start at the inn. That's the last memory I have.
Let's dude, where's your car? And start with the inn.
I mean, that's the last thing I remember too. It's going to sleep.
Oh, that's where we should start then.
So Agent Heron drives the sledge to Haven Inn. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, Hammer.
Mhm.
That
Sorry.
you do what?
Work was texting.
Oh, it's okay. Are you ready? You're here now.
Think so.
All right. So when you guys pull up to Haven Inn, Agent Hammer, the first thing you'll see is the general, the dog, bounds out of one of the cottages and comes up to the sledge, wagging his tail, happy as can be to see you. You'll follow the general back to the cottages that you guys were staying in, and the next thing Hammer's going to see that's weird is that Aaron's cottage is all sorts of fucked up. And there's a bunch of blood coming out the back door. The front door of Husky's cottage is all fucked up. It looks like there was a shootout here last night. And yeah, it's an absolute mess. Whose cottage do you guys go to?
We would go to mine because it was the one we were in. I'm going to see if I left any evidence of where I was going, and since I know myself really well, I imagine that if there's any to be found, I would... Like, if I had any receipts or methods or things that I would leave behind, I would know them. And I would encourage Theo to do the same for himself, too. Like, if you know that you have a place where you keep, like, I'm going to go do this now, if you have a diary, go check it.
Theo does have a diary.
Theo, did you fill out your diary last night when you stayed up all night and are now extremely exhausted?
He specifically said that he got power naps in between. He just couldn't get a full night's sleep.
Yes, too stressed out because I was sleeping in somebody's bathtub again.
You slept on the couch?
I had the couch, yeah.
It's not my fault that the redneck shot up your apartment.
I'm not paranoid enough to shotgun. Sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry. With Theo, were you about to criticize my shotgun that saved your life?
It saved your life too, and it's a really, good idea.
He was about to criticize shotgun traps on doors.
Yeah, that's what it sounded. That's what it sounded like.
It's just another reason not to open doors.
Yeah, you should knock like a polite individual.
This is true. Knocking is pretty much the best plan.
Jeez, what an integrate. Saved his life.
It's really a good idea if you knock and then kind of get to the side of the door just in case the person on the other end has not created a automated version, is instead personally making sure that whatever comes through that door gets cut in half with a shotgun. You knock, step to the side.
Yeah. And Theo is looking down at his notebook, like trying to understand what he wrote last night in like semi-lucid fever dreams.
Usually if you do that, you get a peephole, and then you can just look through the hole and take care of business.
Don't look through a peephole of someone who might have a gun, because that's the first thing where I put my barrel.
Yep. You just pull that little trigger. Boom.
Theo, are you in your lodge or are you in Husky's lodge?
I'm in Husky's lodge.
Okay, so you're reading through your diary, going back through. What did you do? Like an entry this morning? You think? Give me a luck roll.
Uh, 67. I did not. Or I did, but it's just like it almost goes into a language that I don't understand. And I'm trying to I wrote that in Navajo. No, I don't know Navajo. What's going on? And I'm really tired and I don't quite understand.
State dependent memory.
Husky, you want to give me a luck roll?
Absolutely. It's frozen midair for me. There it goes. 31. That is definitely a pass.
Like a sticky note or something that you left on your fridge. Oh no, it's just one of those little whiteboards, and it says Podunks, Petroglyphs, Gorza.
Okay. I imagine it's written in some sort of shorthand that I'm used to leaving behind.
Yeah. Because maybe even in like a code that only you would know.
Yeah. Well, I imagine being an assassin, that normally I'm used to keeping notes on targets and stuff, and I have some sort of shorthand that, like, if police were to, for example, read it, they wouldn't understand. And I'm going to make a note to myself that I need to teach Theo my shorthand.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh man, can I roll like a how would you code break that?
So
Sig int.
there is a skill for that. Just understand that probably is going to be pretty difficult to do, because if you use, so like the day codes thing from the other campaign we're doing, if you just arbitrarily assign things that make sense to you because of your history to your shorthand, it's really hard without knowing your complete history to understand the shorthand.
Sig int's one of those ones that has 0% in it too. You have to know what things.
I have a 40 in SIGINT.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. Get it.
No, he should totally roll and see if he can just crack my shorthand. That would be really impressive.
50. I did not.
Oh.
I try. I'm looking at it really hard, and I go, cool. We got groceries, and then we took a nap, because I just really want to take a nap right now.
No, I think this thing says that we were going to go to Podunks and then investigate. Wait, does it say Gorza was the second thing?
Petroglyphs, the Gorza.
Oh, so it's Petroglyphs, then Gorza. So if this is in order, which it probably is, we went to Podunks next, and then we went to the hill. We probably haven't made it to Gorza yet. So, on the rash assumption that this is in order of what we intended to do, we're probably supposed to meet up with Gorza soon. But I don't remember why.
Yeah, we wanted to see if he was an alien or not.
Yeah, but but I remember, looking at him through the scope of a sniper rifle. I don't remember arranging to meet him.
Yeah, we were going to use the sheriff, because the sheriff was here last night, or this morning.
Oh.
Said, hey, we need an emergency, town session. Do you want to see if he's still up?
I don't remember any of that. We should call the sheriff.
Bring, bring, sheriff.
Bring. Hello.
Banana phone.
Sheriff, are you still up?
Hey Theo, how's it hanging? Yeah, I'm up. I'm actually I'm out on patrol right now. What's going on?
Were we supposed to do a thing?
Were we supposed to do a thing? We had that meeting earlier with Town Hall. You were there, and Husky and Hammer too. We met with Gorza. You don't remember? You kind of playing a joke on me, Theo?
No. Can you give me some more details? I'm pretty tired. I'm sorry.
Theo, you and I were talking about what happens to people when they're taken over. Remember? And like the alien kind of entity takes over your mind, and you're kind of concerning me now, Theo. Is that what's going on here?
No. I'm smoking the good stuff, man. I'm in full control because I'm smoking it. I'm just real sleepy, and I just need help remembering what happened.
Okay. Well, yeah. This morning, I think like 11, we had a meeting at Town Hall. Gorza was there with his security guards, the pompous asshole, and you guys were talking to him, and he said that he would meet you guys later. Did you ever have that? What, you don't remember, huh?
Where were we meeting him? Were we meeting him in the mountains?
No, I think you were meeting him at his house. The mansion up on the hill. I'd imagine, anyway. I don't think he was going to take you someplace else. So you don't remember having that meeting, or?
No. I think we're gonna call him and see if we can.
Okay. Theo losing time like that is pretty concerning. So, I guess call me if anything else weird happens to you.
You're my first call.
Holy shit! The whole mountain's on fire up here. Hold on, I gotta go, Theo.
Yep. Have fun with that. Watch out for weird shadow thing.
He just hangs up. He's
Theo, up until that last line, I was very proud of you.
See, I'm doing I'm doing good.
I'd like to check my call history on my phone because it just dawns on me. I probably called people during that 10 hours.
Yeah, you got Gigi on there, Grizzly's on there. You got Theo once. Let's see. Yeah, your call log would also be to Podunks, like early in the morning.
Okay. I was probably checking to see if they're open.
Yep, probably something like that.
Okay. What about my internet history?
You would have probably looked up like Gorza Tech and the technologies that he was into, which is mining and aeronautics. You probably had a general search on what the fuck petroglyphs were. Just trying to keep up with Theo.
I can't keep up with Theo, but I probably would have searched that. It probably would have been like petroglyphs for dummies. Like, how does this work?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. You probably wouldn't have had a call from Hammer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's your call history. Who knows what other people's call history is like?
So I don't have any contacts to or from Gorza.
No, and no unknown numbers.
Okay. I'm going to encourage everyone else to check their cell phone history.
I opened that up, and I also pulled open the page of things that I've done today. I've been taking pretty good notes most of the time. I'm gonna try to put those two things together. Hey, look, I called you once.
Yeah, you called Husky probably 3:00 ish, and then there's really nothing after that. Your last call, Heron. You've got a call to your wife. No, that was from the payphone, wasn't it? Yeah. No, you did call her from your cell phone afterwards to be like, everything's okay? No, that was the payphone.
Yep, that was the payphone. My goal
That was
was
the payphone.
to find a burner phone today that I could call her and have a different conversation with.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
I didn't wake up today.
Maybe you did buy that burner phone, reach in your pocket.
I check another pocket.
You have a burner phone, and your wife's number is on it.
What time?
It would have been early, like 10:30. That's not super early, but earlier in the day.
All right, guys. I called my wife. We met with Gorza, and I called Husky.
Do you have call information for Gorza?
I don't think so, no.
If none of us called him or have his contact information programmed, we probably haven't met him. I don't know how we were supposed to meet him unless he just said, meet me here at this time, in which case none of us remember that information.
I mean, do we want to just drive to his house right now?
I think that's a possibility we should at least consider. I don't know if that's the best move. It's either Podunks or there, in my opinion. If we do go to Gorza's house, I want you to drop me off on the hill again, and I'll cover with the sniper rifle. That means you and Hammer will have to do the talking.
Good at talking.
So, Podunks or Gorza's house?
I kind of think Gorz is a baddie, so I'm not in a hurry to go save him. I vote Podunks.
I mean, that makes sense. I think bluff our way through. I think we're supposed to meet you here. Whilst you potentially snipe him is terrifying. He's got a
Uh,
point.
yeah, the sniper rifle was actually just in case things go completely sideways. Kind of like last time. It's better to have it and not need it.
Alrighty. So Theo, you continue driving. You're going into town. So you've had this conversation after testing everybody's blood in the back of the sledge, and you go across the main bridge into Two Oaks because Podunks is on the other side of the river. Let me pull it up. I've got a map for Podunks now.
Sweet.
How cool is that? I didn't fill it with people because I didn't know what time you'd be here, whether it'd be open or not. But you guys walk in. This is the front door. There's windows on the outside, so you can see that the place is hopping. It's got probably 30 people sitting here in front of the stage because they've got a bluegrass band up on stage. It's 5 dudes playing bluegrass. They're called the Wretched Grind, and yeah, they sound pretty good. As the door opens, you guys can hear the escaping tunes. And as you get around the corner, there's a little hostess that sits at the podium here. And as you walk in, she's like, "Can I get you guys a table? Is it 3? Or would you like to sit up at the bar?" She's trying to yell over the bluegrass.
Table in the back.
I'm gonna lean in and be like, "Hey, I was here this morning, and I think I lost my phone. Is anyone on staff this evening here who was here this morning?"
Yeah, I think. What time were you here this morning?
I can't precisely remember. It would have been early though, maybe 10-ish.
Yeah, sure. I think, yeah, Billy was here. She's over at the bar right now. She's a bartender.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there and talk to Billy. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. You do want the table in the back, though?
That's up to you guys.
Um,
I'm not planning on staying past getting information.
yeah, if we're not gonna stay, I guess we don't need a table. You're not hungry? I'm starving. Feel like I haven't eaten in a week.
That's a good question. Am I hungry?
Yeah, you guys are starving. That's
Okay.
a very good point.
All right, let's go ahead and get the table then. Be like, yeah, we'll eat while we're here. And
Yeah, I don't feel like I haven't eaten in a week.
that's probably we really need to get him checked by Gigi. Make sure that he's actually healed. That's probably why I called her earlier. I'll do that as soon as I'm done with Billy. So I sidle up to the bar. And I try to get Billy's attention. Put my obligatory $20 bill in the tip jar as soon as you walk up. Shit's probably more than that now because of inflation.
As you make your move to like put something in the tip jar, it like catches her peripheral, and she'll turn towards you and start walking your way. You've met her the first day you were here at in Two Oaks, but she is a dark-haired beauty. She comes up to the side of the bar and she's like, "Hey, stranger.
Hey.
Haven't seen you for a couple hours."
Hey, Billy. Hey, we talked this morning. Can you refresh my memory what I was in here for? I seem to have misplaced my phone. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen your phone, but yeah, you were here this morning. Did you take a bump on the head or something? And she like leans towards you very familiarly.
I lean in a little bit close to her too, and I'm like, no, I just have a real bad memory. And
Give me a power.
my phone is how I keep track of it. I'll give you the power roll. Oh, great. I'm not gonna have to feed this one to an alien too.
Yeah, you are.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's something about her perfume that's very intoxicating, and it triggers a memory that you had this morning. So you're getting like this deja vu kind of feeling to it, and you remember staring Billie Jean in the eyes as like early as this morning, getting like close enough to kiss this woman, which isn't like you at all. But you're having this deja vu where you were this close to her, you could feel each other's breaths and stuff, and that memory kind of fades and passes, and you're looking at Billie Jean, and she looks at you, and she's like, "Don't you remember what we were talking about this morning?"
I'm afraid not. Maybe you could. Maybe you could remind me.
You were having trouble with the Ickers, and I told you that I would be able to talk to them for us. I mean, for you. She puts her hand on top of your hand, very flirtily.
And what was I gonna do? I seem to remember leaving here with a purpose.
Her fingers run up your arm, get to your lapel, and she kind of like gets to your neck, right? And she looks at you and she's like, "You were gonna rule the world." And then you hear somebody from the other end of the bar. He's like, "Billy, I need another beer." And she's like, "I'll be right back." And she turns around and goes to the other end of the bar.
Okay, that's enough of that. I'm gonna get back to the table. So Theo, you remember that guest we had in the cell yesterday?
You looked real friendly with her.
Yeah, I think she's in the same category, although not nearly as powerful as that guest we had. But that's just a guess. So apparently I came here this morning asking questions about the Ickers. Like the, well, I don't want to call them gentlemen, but the ones we dispatched. And apparently I had a conversation with Billy about doing something about them. But yeah, just be careful, because I remember you were pretty susceptible last time. Interesting stuff.
Hammer, can I get an alertness roll from you?
Sure.
And then Theo, I need a power roll from you.
I got a 79. I did not pass.
I got a 28 out of 70.
So, Hammer, when Nolan comes back to talk to you guys, and he's like, apparently we were here, and I talked about the Ickers, you were looking over at Billie Jean, who was over in the corner talking to the guy at the bar. And she finishes talking to him. He stands up, and then kind of like with these glazed looking eyes, just starts walking out the front door. And he's walking with a purpose. You know, like, something's up here with that exchange where it was just so immediate. It's squirrely, right? Like suspicious. Theo, your failed power roll, you don't notice that she was talking to anybody at the corner of the bar. You look up and you make eye contact with Billie Jean, and whatever Chad was just telling you, like, kind of went womp 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 womp, and you have to be like, "What? What?" And he repeats it, but Billie Jean starts. She goes from one end of the bar to the other end of the bar before you notice that she's still looking at you, and like she moved and you didn't realize that she had moved.
Oh, Chad, I'm jealous. She touched you. I mean, she's so pretty.
Not again. And Chad like snapping his fingers in front of things like, we're gonna have to eat at McDonald's. We can't stay here.
Can I just what's the word? Cognitive restart on Theo?
Just jog him like physics does in Princess Bride.
Yeah. Cognitive,
Right over
just cognitive restart.
You can thump him in the head.
Yeah. It's that or I stab him. He's got 2 legs.
Stab both of them. I can't move at all.
You're fine.
You can,
You're
it'll just
fine.
hurt.
It's just a limp. It just hit the meat. It's not even a real scratch.
I mean, Hammer, you understand why Theo's acting that way, right?
He's been mind whammied.
Yeah. Have you looked at Billy? Giving her a real once over?
No, I don't really do that. I can't.
Not even gonna check her for weapons?
Neither does Chad, and he still got sucked in. Actually, it's not true.
You were talking directly to her.
Chad's starting to come around to those kind of interactions, but he's going to be stupid. He's going to be as awkward as 47 was in the Hitman movie about the whole thing.
The only penetration you know about is Full Metal Jacket.
Right? Have you ever seen that movie? That's actually one of the few. I'm going to sidetrack here just for a second. That's one of the few good video game movies that there is.
I'm gonna have to watch it again. I watched it when it came out, but yeah, I need to check it out again. That's Fassbender, right?
That's no, the Hitman movie. It's Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, Elephant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of
Well, that's the only one I've
Is it?
seen.
the last.
That's
one
who I was
had-
thinking of, but I got his name wrong.
The last one had the guy that reminds me of Orlando Bloom, but isn't Orlando Bloom. It was pretty good too.
I didn't know they made more than one. Anyway, he has a super awkward like sex scene that I just think is very awesome for the character, but also a direct representation of how I think Chad would handle that situation if he were ever in it.
He might have been in it earlier today, and you can't remember.
That's distinctly possible, which just means he's going to have to be that awkward twice.
Right? It's all deja vu too.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't learn nothing.
Right? All right, so we're back on track. Sorry.
Yeah. So your threat-o-meter is going off here. You know, Billie Jean is definitely prodding you guys.
Yeah,
Where do you want to take this?
I'm going to go ahead and just usher the party out the front door.
Well, should I shoot her?
No.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Why wouldn't we shoot her? She's bad, right?
Because the whole town's here, and we found out yesterday that these witches are basically running half the town, so we may end up having to fight a horde of baddies if we take one of them out in public. And we're not equipped to do that at the moment, plus we have higher priorities right now.
I mean, she seemed pretty into you. Maybe you should see if you can get some private time with her, and then.
That may be why we're in the situation we're in now.
What do you mean?
If looking her in the eyes causes you to lose control, what do you think having sex with her would do?
Don't look her in the eyes or have sex with her.
Yeah, no.
Wait, you can have sex with her?
You're married. You can't. Do I need to cognitively reset you?
Let's reset out the door. Also, I didn't see the guy leave from the bar, so I have no clue that there's anything like that could happen. I'm basically grabbing these guys, by the collars and being like, "Let's go."
Yep.
I do leave a tip on the table though, because we did take a table even if we didn't eat.
It's very nice of you.
Look, man, that was a table that could have been a paying customer. That waitress or waiter needs some money.
Still hungry.
Let's stop by McDonald's.
It's not as good as Podunks.
No, it's not. So, that was kind of a bust, but I did learn something valuable.
That you had sex with Billie Jean?
The Billie Jean has the ability to basically do the same thing that the witch did yesterday, which means she probably is a witch, which means she's a leader of the cult that's pulling the asteroid into the planet.
You had the perfect opportunity to be like, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who thinks I'm the one.
My lover.
Oh, shit.
You did miss that.
I did, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, Michael Jackson song, Billie Jean?
Nope.
Really?
Never heard it.
What?
That's classic.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson's
Get
not
the
exactly
fuck
my
outta
thing. Not exactly my thing.
Hey, I think rocks are gonna fall and you're gonna die.
Well, you're standing right next to me, so
Had rocks fall, I didn't die.
Oh shit. Oh, so tangent real quick, because I didn't tell you guys this. I played some D&D last night. We had the opportunity to pull from the deck of many things. 22 card deck.
Did you?
I was going to, but the first two people that drew, one drew the castle, and then the second guy drew and got the magic weapon and the free level. And I was like, well, there goes my odds, right? Like, the rest of them are pretty awful.
When's the castle?
You get a keep, and it's filled with monsters, and you have to go clear them out, but you get a keep.
Yeah, nice. I have not heard of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted
most
to...
of them are bad. Most of them are bad.
I tried to convince the party to sell a draw for 10,000 gold each. And we'll just find a bunch of people that want to draw, and we sell them. We'll make so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, people were freaking out.
Now, what you got to do in that situation is just take the deck, leave the party, start a tarot card business.
Right. Yeah, that's my whole thing.
You have, for X amount of money, you'll read their fortune, and you just have them draw and tell you what they got, and you tell them how fucked they are.
Oh, look, the void. Have fun.
You're going to die.
All right, sorry, that was my tangent. We're getting off of that. As you guys leave Podunks, you're in the parking lot, and I'm not going to make you roll for it. The man that Billie Jean was talking to, Hammer, you see him. He just got out of a car. Like, he was just in his little silver car. He gets out of it and starts walking back into Podunks as you guys are leaving. He's a big guy. Looks like he could be one of the Ickers or one of the other local yokels. But you haven't really seen him before.
Is he carrying anything? Like, he walked out of the restaurant, got in his car, then got back out of his car and walked into the restaurant, or walking towards the restaurant?
So it looks like he had just gotten off of a phone call as he was getting out of the car, and he's just staring you guys down as you guys are exiting Podunks.
I will walk up to him.
Okay.
He's mean mugging me.
He is mean mugging you. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm a mean mugging back and walk right up and be like, you got a problem?
This is what he looks like.
oh, that's definitely an Ecker.
Where'd you post that?
Oh, sorry, he's on the map.
Oh.
So you say, you got a fucking problem? And he says, yeah, I got 3 fucking problems. Right there in front of me.
We can make it one less.
Which one are you gonna die?
He's talking about me.
I stab him in his chin, right up through his head hole.
Give me a dexterity roll against his dexterity roll. He thinks he knows this is coming. We'll see how fast you guys are.
As he's being stabbed, but successfully or not, Chad's gonna be like, dead men can't answer questions.
Oh, he rolled a 14.
I had a 57 out of 40.
So, you pull the knife thing that you've got on Poe Higginbotham, and he dodges out of the way, and you know what? He just puts one, like, he punches you in the kidney. It's not enough to, like, really give you damage, but he is fast, dude. And he kind of steps back after hitting you once, kind of like a rabbit punch. And he, like, sidesteps out of the way, and you guys, all 3 of you, notice, this dude's fast. Like, on the edge
Only
of...
dexterity, not melee weapons, right?
Yeah, that was a dex.
Okay, that was to see who went first.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your melee.
That is a 50 out of 80.
May I look around to see how many people are here in the parking lot to see this?
Yeah. I'm going to roll luck real quick, and then you don't need to do your perception. Yeah, there are 3 people in the parking lot.
And they've taken notice to this little bar fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Craven, what was your melee? Sorry.
50 out of 80.
All right, so you're gonna cross the distance that Poe tried to get between, like he tried to make distance between you guys. You're gonna cross that distance, and you're just gonna jab him as hard as you fucking can with your knife. Go ahead and give me your damage.
Can I change my mind about using the knife since it's now a bar fight and not an assassination?
What are you gonna like? Use your hands instead?
Yeah. Instead of using the knife hand, I'll resheath the knife and punch him left-handed.
Okay.
Like since he dodged.
It's still a melee.
Yeah, it's still the same roll. Nothing changed. It's just a punch damage instead of What is punch damage?
It's a valid question.
I don't know the answer to that.
Hand-to-hand weapons unarmed attack is 1d4 minus 1.
Doesn't even take your strength into account?
I just looking at the weapon chart.
I'm not gonna make you take that -1. You're a trained fucking animal. Just give me a straight up 1d4.
Yeah, it could be that it takes your strength into account. It doesn't tell you how to do the check. It just says what it is.
You bop him right in the eye? Is that where you're aiming him?
Chin.
No, you get him on the chin.
Actually, no, I take that back. Right between the eyes, like right above between the eyes. It's a great way to make someone not see straight.
What do the other two agents want to do here?
It depends on how much attention this is garnered. Like, are the people moving away like they don't want any part of it, or are they like moving in like I'm going to watch this bar fight and be highly entertained?
Yeah, some like Jen Zier has pulled out her phone and she's starting to record it. The other two are just kind of trying to look away and mind their own business.
I'm going to walk up to the Gen Zer, and I'm going to make a point to approach from the side where the phone can't be seen, and I'm going to insist that she put her phone away.
World Star!
Just tase the phone.
I'm prepared to do that. My taser is under my coat, but in my hand. I was going to use it on your opponent, but I don't want any witnesses.
So yeah, she's going to record, so you're going to have to do something
Okay.
To stop her.
I'm approaching from the side. She doesn't see it coming. I'm just going to hit her with the stun gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger and like shoot her with barbs. I'm just going to use the melee feature on it and just zap her. And then I'm going to accidentally step on her phone.
Yeah, she drops her phone. Ow, ow, ow! What the fuck? And drops her phone, and you step on it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my
about
god!
That.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, that's a total accident. You have a nice night now. Goodbye.
What? No, I gotta get your information. You gotta come here. Where? I'm gonna call. I gotta call the cops. And she's gonna run into Podunks.
That bitch is badass because she didn't drop from getting hit with a 50,000 volt taser. So I'm gonna shoot her now because she should have dropped like a sack of potatoes.
So 50,000 volt taser. I'm going off of what I was watching on MythBusters where they were tasing each other, and it does hurt, and they do drop it. But so you said just a little tase.
I watched that episode yesterday, and I have actual experience using it. That's not how it works. It disrupts the electrical signals in your nervous system. You cannot resist it when you're being like you have to drop. It is not possible to resist it. And the episode of MythBusters, they absolutely did confirm that is exactly what happens. And the only reason they didn't get it was because they were trying to put it through water.
So I'm watching the stun gun episode where Tori gets hit with the stun gun a couple times.
That's not a taser.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting confused about.
Yeah, that is a little like you women keep that in their purse. This is a taser. A taser is a completely different monster, and
it requires to be much closer, but it is much more effective. Like she will shit herself.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the stun guns will cause you to shit yourself. Yeah, Tori shot himself in the leg with it several times. You'll notice that he lost muscle control in that leg every time. Like you can't resist it. That's not how it works. I
didn't say she resisted it. She dropped her phone. She drops to the ground. You smash her phone. She screams.
Okay. Anyway, if she's still running, I'm gonna straight up like taser.
No, she can't run away. No. I mean, it's too much. I thought you were meant stun gun.
Yeah.
All right. So Theo, what do you want to do?
I'm going to block the other two people that are watching from this thing. I'm gonna pull out my phone too, and I'm gonna act like I'm videotaping so that they kind of forget that there was a videotaper and there's still a videotaper.
What?
Providing-
That's the burner phone?
The other two are just leaving. I don't understand what you're saying there.
I'm gonna get between those two people and the person you're actively tasing so that there's a less likelihood of them seeing you tase a girl. Then I'm gonna use my psychological intelligence to put out my burner phone and act like I'm doing the same thing that girl was, and it's going to confuse some people.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a luck roll.
That's a 12.
All right. This is not to scale. Poe Higginbotham is not that big.
I mean,
There we
if he was, then Hammer would just grab him by the testiculars and try to control him.
Yeah, get on him like a rancor.
Yeah, he's already proven that works.
Give him the shocker.
What is everybody's dex? Is it still Theo is top husky and then Hammer's bottom with a 40?
My dex is my ×5 is 55 and my score is 11.
I have an 80, 16.
And Hammer's got 40.
Hammer's got the 40.
All right, so for this round, it's going to go Theo, then Poe, and then Husky, and then Hammer. Poe's got a pretty good dex. So Theo, you're recording with your phone. Do you want to do anything else the second turn of shenanigans?
I just want to make sure those other two people are actually leaving.
Yeah, they've seen enough. They do not want to get involved. You don't know if it's just country politeness or they really just don't give a fuck. But they're on their way out. Jen Zier is still on the ground though, and she is making awful noises.
Well, as soon as I go away, I'm going to try to sneak behind the big guy, Poe, and put him in a full Nelson.
I think that's an unarmed attack.
That's a 7.
Unarmed combat.
That did not happen. Oh, he is quick. I thought I was still quicker.
Yeah, he's pretty fast. And as you step up behind him, you thought you were like sneaking up behind him. He might have noticed that you were there since you were there, but anyway, at the last second, as you were about to wrap him up, I mean, he dodges out of the way completely and ends up like 15, 20 feet away from you guys. And then he's going to look at you and be like, "Oh no, it's not going to happen tonight, gents." And he, like, what is it, expeditiously retreats. At least he's going to try to. You guys are going to get your turns, but his ass is going to run, disengage the party, and he's running like 35, 40 miles an hour. Just takes off running in cowboy boots. What do you guys want to do?
Do I have time?
That's going to be Husky first.
Do I have time to pull my dart gun and shoot him with that?
You'll have this chance, yeah, this one chance. Give me your... Is it firearms for a dart gun? I think it is.
It is. I rolled a 45, which is a success. And it is... Oh, it's just a lethality thing, so I got to roll it again. So I can't use the original one. I may have been doing that wrong up until this point, by the way. And it's a 70, so that's not a lethal hit.
Nope, but it's what is it? 6 plus 10 for damage.
So
16.
is it too much to say that since it's poison that it creates a sort of like a slowing effect, like his muscles start spasming and stuff because it's a poison dart? Just trying.
It's not too much to ask. I think for flavor-wise, him losing bodily functions at 40 miles an hour is going to be pretty detrimental to him. Hammer, what do you want to do as this poison starts seeping into Poe Higginbotham's body?
So I assume we're in a parking lot, right?
Yeah, but he's out. He got to the main road, and he's just running down the main street.
Perfect. I'm gonna run behind a car, crouch down, and start firing my fully automatic silenced weapon at him. With the goal of not
Suppressed.
being seen, not surprised, not being seen by the people inside who may simply hear just a little quieter than it would be, and maybe they won't notice. There's some bluegrass music going on in there. It's
There's
loud.
some loud music going on in Poe Dunks, but that's not necessarily a silenced weapon as much as a suppressed rifle. It's still
Suppression may
loud.
be all I need for this situation.
Loud barks.
It does say silenced.
Yeah, I get you. But if we're gonna go the difference between stun gun and taser, then silenced and silenced is it's not really silenced.
Especially for anything rifle caliber, it's not going to be identified as a gunshot unless people really, really know what they're listening to. But it'd still make noise.
Yeah, give me the firearms rule.
They can hear something.
Yeah.
That is a 43 out of 80.
That's gonna be a hit. Give me your damage.
That is 10 damage, no lethal.
All right. So he starts to run away from you guys, and all of this is happening within 6 seconds, right? What?
Yeah, armor piercing 3.
Okay, good deal. So within the 6 seconds, he's gotten out onto the main road, and then he hits like second fucking gear and gets up to 35, 40 miles an hour, like I said before. Then the dart hits him, and he stumbles a little bit, and he makes it 2 or 3 steps before his knees start to buckle. And then Hammer pops out with his fucking suppressed weapon and puts a shit ton of fucking ammo through him, and Poe Higginbotham stumbles and really slams hard into a parked car and crumples like the side doors of the car in as he slams into it. It's like a car accident, and it's loud. He slumps to the ground. He's sitting on his butt, like facing away from the car, and his chin is down like he's passed out.
Theo,
I'm gonna go secure him.
Theo jumps in the car,
thank you.
gets it started.
I'm gonna go secure him with
Zip
all the
cuffs
things-
and handcuffs and anything we can find.
and duct tape. Lots of duct tape.
Lots of duct tape. Yes. Get all things, toss them in the trunk of the sled. Just the second time in 2 days we've used this thing for an abduction. Let's get him to G-Cells to get Gigi to dissect this motherfucker.
He's in medical distress. We're gonna have to help him.
Yes, we are going to help him, as in I'm going to ask Gigi to dissect him. This is also the second time in 2 days we've done that. So we're gonna go to the green box.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I'm gonna call ahead and tell Gigi that I've got a live one for her. And while I'm calling her, can I say, "Hey, I called you earlier. What was I calling about? Did I ask you about Hammer, or what was that? What was the contents of that conversation?"
You asked me about nipple clamps. You do not remember?
Oh God. We'll have to talk about that later, Gigi.
She into those nipple clips.
Yeah, I think we were trying to establish whether she wanted them on her or me, because that was a deal breaker one way and not the other.
Reasonably sure that was just a yes.
I feel if my nipples are tender.
They are.
Oh no!
You don't know if that was Billy or if it was Gigi, though.
You've been cheating on Gigi with Billy.
That's why they're tender.
That's not going to get you in any trouble.
Nope. So we bring Gigi someone to investigate / dissect. We do tell G-Cells we're bringing this guy in. Like, this guy's a fucking handful, so we got to be careful with him.
So Grizzly meets you at the door. Go ahead.
In the back. I've been in the back with the duct tape, multiple rolls, just straight up. What's a rotisserie style? Wrapping.
Mummified.
Yeah, like I left his face open, so because we may need to talk to him, but I'm
Right.
not taking chances. He can hit 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah, we don't want to fuck with this guy until after he's been dissected.
So mummified and looking kind of like the Silver Surfer, Poe Higginbotham has brought in 2 of you who are carrying him, one by the head, one by the feet. Grizzly meets you guys at the door. He's got his sidearm already out and he's ready. And he goes, I saw you coming up on the cameras. We got a thing over here. And they've already got a gurney set up in this room, and Gigi's got a scalpel. She's ready to go. Is this another alien I'm going to be cutting up?
He can run at 30 miles an hour, so he's something.
Okay, let's strap him down.
He's just
He's pretty strapped, but okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need some shears to get through the duct tape.
Strap him to the table is what I mean.
I start duct taping him to the table.
I go ahead and help with the regular straps.
Is his mouth open? Is it, like, uncovered?
Yeah, he has to be able to breathe, I assume.
Yeah, he's assed out. I mean, like, I just wanted to know if you had him uncovered on the mouth. So
I don't want this to kill him.
Oh, between the poison you guys gave him and a bunch of bullets, like he's on the edge.
Honestly, once Gigi's done with him, he's probably not gonna make it. But we do want to find out what he is first.
Yeah, I said I don't want this to kill him. I didn't say I didn't want him to die.
Yeah.
I understand his life is over. It's just not over right this second.
So Gigi's like, we start with the head, like the others. Yes. And she pulls.
Yeah, go to
What?
town. Go to town.
I've got a gun trained on him in case he's playing possum or comes out of this somehow.
Yeah. So you're gonna look, at his face, and as she starts cutting into him, you see the stress and pain play across his face, but he's asleep and experiencing the pain.
Ooh.
He's experiencing every bit of it, but it's just too far gone to wake up.
What color
So
is he
it's half-
bleeding?
Red.
Okay. Yeah, he's not one of the aliens because he's not showing up green for the blood. So this is something from the cult side, I'm guessing. I've never seen any of them run 30 miles an hour, though. He almost seemed superhuman.
I mean, do we want to wake him up and see what's up, or you pretty sure this is the way to go?
Gigi's been very successful with this so far, and I'm concerned with his abilities that he'll break free in here, and I don't want to take that risk. This is one of our few strongholds.
I agree. That said, he is not bulletproof. Case in point.
100%. You did reload, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Theo, give me a sanity check.
There's going to be teeth.
The reason I ask is, you failed it?
Yes.
Your other two compatriots here have gotten pretty enamored with things like this. Like it's part of their past life. They just kind of become numb to the things that they see every day. Theo, you've never seen a man get. I mean, he's still alive and he is being dissected by Agent Gigi. And if he
Happily
could,
dissected. She is
if he,
happily.
yeah,
She has no
she's
issues with this.
she's carving into him, and you see it on Poe's face that he is feeling these things, and you have this conscious like thought that God, you're tormenting this poor man, this
Poor
human
creature.
being in front of you. No, don't dehumanize. He's a
Not
human being.
He's not human.
But Gigi, like for 30, 45 minutes, until he expires from blood loss, Gigi slices him up, and the whole time she's like, he appears normal?
He's definitely not normal, Gigi.
I'm seeing what you're seeing right now. There's no green. There's no alien.
I don't think he's alien, but he's definitely not normal. We watched him run at the speed of a slow car, and he was able to hit with enough force to look like a car wreck. There's definitely something going on with this guy, but it may not be the same as the aliens. Can you scan for like radiation or mutations or things like that?
Gabby speaks up. She's been the scientist and the researcher this far. She's looked at everything that you've been giving her and the analyzer and everything like that. She goes, magic? Kind of questioningly.
I don't like I don't like the term magic. It's just science we don't understand.
Yeah, you're right. She goes and gets the black goo that you guys pulled out of Gertie's bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings it back over and she's like, Gigi, check his stomach and see if he has any of this stuff in there. And Gigi's like, oh, okay. I don't like pulling the stomach apart. And yeah, she makes her slice. Poe is expired by now, but you guys see his lunch. And it's mixed in with a bunch of black liquid. Gabby's hunch was correct.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if he was turning into the same kind of thing Gertie was, or if that's just a side effect of whatever they're doing that's creating their supernatural abilities.
Theo, roll me a d6. Because we didn't do sanity loss yet, right?
Correct. That's a 5.
Oh boy. Fight, flight, or freeze.
Theo has frozen twice. He freezes, and then he flies, and then he fights.
So your least likely is fight,
Correct.
and then freeze, then flee. Give me a d6 roll.
That's another 5.
Okay, so you're going to freeze again.
Oh man, I wanted to walk away, but he's just staring at it the entire
Yeah.
time.
I feel like Theo's just making full eye contact with the corpse.
You start to see his eyes. They're no longer like staring in a straight line. One eye is way off kilter as his muscles have lost control, his facial muscles. You see a little tick inside of his lip.
I'm gonna roll a human to int to see if I detect any of this. Because it is not something. Oh no, I failed. I didn't. I rolled a 69. That's always a success, right?
Yeah, it's a critical success. So you see Theo is struggling with his humanity here.
Can I, even though he's frozen, can I pull him aside and try to help him?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna do. Realize Chad doesn't know how to do this, so I'm just gonna point that out at a time. But he is gonna try his best imitation of like, hey Theo, you take a minute to breathe. I mean, whether it's a supernatural or alien entity there, that is not a person. Even if it were, there are bad people in the world. It's okay.
Picture this is Chris's attempt at doing the David, which is how to make a bad situation worse for everyone else.
I can do that.
Kudos to you, Chris. I appreciate this.
Because you guys both have done a flight, fight, or freeze this time, I need Craven to shuffle and pull one of these cards out of one of these mental disorder decks. And Theo, you're going to do the same.
I thought you only did that when you broke.
Oh,
Yeah, they've both gone over a 5, yeah.
Oh.
You're broken, right?
I hit my breaking point, too.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry, Craven did not hit his breaking point then, did he?
Correct.
Okay, then don't worry about the disorder. My bad. You're absolutely right, it is a breaking point thing.
Dissociative identity.
Oh, shit.
You're going to have a hitman persona.
Shit.
Yeah, that actually would work out perfect. So like as I'm sitting here telling him like they're not really people. You don't need to treat them like they're people. Like it's creating this hey, Chad does it this way kind of personality. And as my character becomes more human, Theo's character will become less human.
It says like that was just a guy who was in a car that wanted to bar fight one of us. And then he started to run away and you shot him in the back. And then we caught him, put him on a thing, cut him open, and watched him die. That was just a human. And you're like, no. People can be bad too.
People don't run 35 miles an hour too. I'd like to point that out.
That's where Chad started with, but he also pointed out at the end, he was like, just even if he were human, they're bad people. And it's okay to kill them. I love every part of this. I hope his secondary personality, like as Chad becomes more and more like compassionate and like as he becomes more of a I feel like your secondary personality should just absorb all of the
He's gonna see at some point we're gonna be in danger, and he's just gonna walk into a room, cap 3 people, help us with whatever we needed help with, and continue going as if nothing
happened. Yeah, he's not even gonna remember it afterwards. He's gonna be like, "What did you
call his wife and tell her like work's been a little tough, but he's got things under control?"
Mm-hmm. Or he's gonna come in there and save all of us, kill everyone, release us from the cells, and they'd be like, "Guys, you killed everybody." We're gonna be like, "What?"
So I see this going 2 ways. Theo, if you'd like to, you should roll up a second character, give him a whole different name and set of skills and everything, and then like switch between these 2 people, right? Or you could like slowly roll into it. It's up to you, but I think like flipping a switch and being a completely different person, like a sleeper agent,
Yeah.
be pretty crazy.
I don't know if I had that done before the end of the night, but I will.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, you don't have to do it by the end of the night.
I mean,
I just want to know if you're Theo normally, what is your other personality named?
Oath.
Thoth.
No, Oath. Call him Oath.
You just roll into Raoul. Yeah, it needs to be like this is the protector identity because he can't possibly deal with all of the things that are happening.
See, psychologically, if you are going to play it that way, you should automatically, every time you fail a sanity roll, flip into that personality for a set amount of time, because that's how it works.
That would be pretty tight.
That's how I would do it if it were me.
Yeah. Theo knows him as his big brother, but
Ooh,
I need to come up with a
Reacher. Sorry. Okay, so Grizzly's like, all right, well, did we learn enough about the Higginbotham body here? We'll go ahead and grind him up.
That's up to the science types. I'm going to check the computer to see if I've been in the green box since I lost track of time. And if there's any security logs of me being here?
You have not.
Okay. As far as the body's concerned, I'm going to leave whether or not we've learned enough up to the science types. So that's Theo, Gabby, and Gigi. Chad is way out of his element and just trying to pretend like he... Oh, yeah, no, that's real interesting.
What does Hammer want to do?
I want to ask them if they've learned anything about the black goo. Like how to use it. Clearly makes you stronger, faster.
Gabby has been the one researching it the most, and she says, as far as I can tell, all of my scanners, they have no idea what this is. It's beyond anything that we've seen before. I don't know if it's extraterrestrial or if it's something that's just terrestrial that we haven't seen. But if I had to guess, it doesn't act like an element that we've ever seen before either. So I have no idea what could happen to you. I'm concerned that we found it in the body of that man. That means that well, he ingested it somehow, and that scares the shit out of me.
Interesting.
I can tell you Theo has seen somebody with black eyes before while he was looking at him through the sign.
We've all seen someone with black eyes.
Theo it has been silent the entire time Chad has been talking to him. And then Theo finally looks up after like 5 or 10 minutes. And he goes, the blackness, the darkness, there's a guy in the computer screen that one time, and then there was a guy in the hole, and is it the same darkness? Like, what is this stuff? This is clearly witch related. This is clearly
Does that
cult
black
related.
goo look like the same black goo that was on the tentacle monster that chased us this morning?
It was this night, but yeah.
Well, we know where to get more.
I mean, you might have burned it with the forest fire.
If you didn't see it happen, it didn't happen. Nothing dies off screen. You should know that by now, Theo.
So, is Jacques here? Jacques the cultist expert, right? But you guys never found any actual cultist.
We have caught them on camera, and we know that they are out practicing, but it's mostly like sex ritual magic things and sacrificing, and we've always come to find the aftermath instead of the actual people who've done it.
I mean, we know that like over 50% of the town is part of this cult. And we know that they're probably using the underground caves and the mine shafts to move around because there's so many mine shafts. And we still have to figure out if Gorza is part of all of that. Because Gorza like built all of these mine shafts. So we need to start mapping the mines.
Do we know that Gorza built all of them? Because I think that may be a leap of logic. I don't know that we know that for sure.
I found some documents saying that he owned a lot of the mining things. Like you might have said he was in the mining business.
Yeah, he's in the mining business, but the mining shafts under this town are ancient. You see what I'm saying?
Only 100 years old. Plus,
Are you sure?
Would be 100 years old. Let's see. What are my historical records? Yeah, they go back a long time.
I do think Gorz is a bad guy. However, I think you made several assumptions there, and I just want to point out that It's quite possible that he's a red herring. It's quite possible that Gorza is just who he pretends to be, and the people around him are the ones who are actually causing all this to happen.
I think Theo has a picture on his phone of a map that he took last time. The map is still here somewhere, but it shows... Yeah, it's here. It shows the 20 Gorza Tech mine shafts that were around in 1989, the last time that there was an accident underneath the town, where there was 69 miners that died. I don't know if you guys remember me telling you about all that.
I do. And I know a good number of the mine shafts do belong to them. He said all, though. And my concern is that this cult has, by your own research, Theo, been around for quite a long time.
Since before the indigenous peoples.
Okay. So, and if there's something to do with, underground tunnels and stuff like that that has to do with this cult, which it very well may be, it's highly unlikely that Gorza was responsible for all those. Meaning there's going to be more than the ones he has.
Which is why we went to look at the petroglyphs.
Yeah, Theo, do you have your camera up right now on your phone?
Yeah. Can I sync this to the big screen? Let's see. You gotta press the shadow and then the mirror and then zoom. Oh, look, I did.
All right. On the big screen, you guys all see... Oh, you guys are in here now. There's a massive picture on the screen of stones. And Grizzly's like, is this from your phone, Theo? Theo's like, yep. These are the petroglyphs above Two Oaks. Take a minute, look at that picture, and tell me what your first impressions are.
Where's this at?
Sorry, it's in the conference area. Yeah, that room. It's right here.
I see a lot of fish.
I was about to say I see scales. There's a very interesting pattern on the left-hand side that kind of says totem to me. But I mean, these could be anything. 4-year-old could have drawn this for all I know.
A 4-year-old can't etch it into stone.
You don't know. Could be a really, really, really smart 4-year-old.
I've lost a couple screwdrivers, let me tell you.
Yeah. They're surprisingly ingenious. You'll find out.
He won't. He has girls, and girls tend not to do that as much. They will draw on your shit, though.
And
So these are the 4 photos that Theo has on his phone. This is the first one. This is the second one. Here, let me put them in order. Third. And the last one is this rock-looking thing down here. There we go. Left to right.
Wait, did I take these? Are these of the actual petroglyphs?
Mm-hmm. They're on your phone. You don't remember taking them.
I found these. Like this is historical evidence. This is amazing.
Geo-tracking on there?
Yeah, Chad's going to look slightly annoyed. He's going to be like, remember earlier when I said to check your phone?
Yeah, you check the call logs.
Yeah, I didn't make any interesting calls.
There we go.
Just called you.
Do you have geo-tracking on there?
I mean, that's
It's on
Oh,
your
no,
phone. You
it's
should have geo-tracking built into the...
yeah.
picture
All of the
taking.
pictures have like all of the different information. Like I know exactly how they were exposed.
Yep, and that would have been useful.
You know
He
where
means GPS location, and yes, that would have been important to Theo. I'm sure he would have it.
Yeah,
So we know where
taken.
you know where those were taken.
Yep, XIF data. Is that what it is?
I can't remember the exact format it's in.
But yes, the all of these were taken right around 6 o'clock this day, and they were all taken at the top of the mountain where you guys know that the petroglyphs were. You guys came down from that switchback, and that's actually where your memory started.
Is that the mountain that's on fire right now?
Yes.
Oh, I should check to see what the status of that fire is. Because we're gonna have to go back up that mountain. That fire is gonna make things difficult.
or maybe it solves some problems.
I mean, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, always. Yeah, that would imply that I felt bad. I don't want to lie to you.
I see faces.
They're clearly aliens, right? There's aliens on the last one. There's also a shadow god on the last one. There's so many. And these have been here for thousands of years. Thousands of years?
These are dated. As an anthropologist, you would think that maybe 1300s, 1200s, somewhere around in there. Definitely early, but not 10,000 years old or anything like that. Nothing crazy. But these would sync up to like.
I don't think that last one's talking about aliens. I see the flaming deer thing from the one scene we were at. That's in it. It also implies to me that some sort of diagram implying underground. Or that one at the top could be the asteroid coming in. That doesn't scream alien to me.
Not the aliens with the big black eyes.
That could just be a person.
The big black eyes. When did you become so racist?
Like that could be anything. The reason I don't think it's the aliens primarily is because I know the cultists and the aliens are different factions. They're not the same. And the deer down here is definitely iconography that goes with the cult. There's a lot of I'm underground iconography, at least as far as I'm interpreting it, which we know the cult is doing something underground. And I kind of think this thing at the top might be the asteroid headed towards the planet. I am not an expert though, Theo. I'm just a guy who kills people for a living. So you tell me.
Theo, give me a history roll.
$77 critical fail.
You have a 66 in it.
Critical
And you
fail.
rolled a 77.
Critical fail. You think everything that Husky just said is absolutely accurate.
No, it's gonna be worse than that. This is the reason that you and your wife made such a good team. And you suddenly remember that like he knew all of this stuff about the natives in this area, that you finally got to these petroglyphs and you're like, "Oh, that's why we're a good team." And you suddenly miss her. I mean, like, it weighs heavy how much you miss your wife right now.
Chad is still talking about what he thinks they are, and I kind of reach my hand over, not thinking, and I put my hand around him, and he gives me this big weird look, and I look back and I go, "Oh, you're not her."
I'm gonna go browse the internet now. You need a minute. He's the only archaeologist type we have too, isn't he?
And I told her that I wasn't on a dig.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna call her up and be like, "Hey, baby, I need some help."
Just got some awesome
I just happened to be hiking and I saw these things. You might as well just go ahead and lie to her, get her input, and then regain some sanity by pushing it off on her.
And I really just want to talk to her. So everybody gave me space, and I pull out my second burner phone. So these things are still up on the big screen, and I call her. And I tell her, like, hey, you know the indigenous peoples, like, what am I looking at here?
Um,
Also, sorry it's late, but I haven't been sleeping.
yeah, it's like midnight, 12:30 maybe. Do you send her a picture of it, or you're just asking her
First, I'm
over
going
the
to give
phone?
a picture of just like, hey, what do you know about the natives in Two Oaks? And then when she gets excited, I'm going to take some pictures and send them to her.
Well, she names off a couple of recognizable native tribes that you would know could have been in the area around that time. She also brings up specifically like the Cherokee of the North Carolina region. They had this. Uh, Today it's called the Judaculla Rock, and it's a legit thing. You can go on Wikipedia and take a look at it. But basically, it's this sandstone rock that's got these huts in it, and it's this crazy like you look at it, it looks like the inside of a brain or something. All of these little divots and pitches. It's got just trails running through it. And she's like, what you are describing kind of seems like that. And the natives of that time thought that that was like a map of Judaculla's land or world, basically. So everybody thought it was like a map to his realm. Does that help, sweetie?
Um, can I send you a picture? Um,
Sure.
is this a map? And I send her a picture of the fourth one.
Oh wow. Um, this is something completely different than what the Cherokee did. Uh, these kind of pictographs are much more of like a Western tribe flavor, I guess. This is something reminiscent of like Midwest tribes. Wow. Okay. So these things don't mix. And she says this could be a map. This could. It seems like that. Where would you start and where would you finish?
I guess it's not all connected, is it?
Does, oh, things do connect through here, she says, looking at a photo of it. There's there are connections. There's a couple of these that are completely connected all throughout.
Um, could this be a map of a tunnel system?
It's possible if they were worshiping something underground. So native religious theories are different between tribes. So whatever tribe was native to this area, I don't know what they believed in specifically, but if it was something underground, it could be a map to something deep down inside. It's creepy.
Yeah. What do you make of? I got three more pictures, and I show her the all three pictures, and say, "Who? Like those are amazing faces, right?"
They're pretty simple, actually. You kind of expect a little bit more detail on them. I wonder why they left them so unfinished, I guess. Look, those have ear or antenna. Look at those things. That's very strange. I don't know if they're human, but they might be. This one's kind of got like a body to it, like a horse or something. Maybe it was somebody practicing. I don't know. This one looks weird because wow, it looks like something like superheated the rock down here. It doesn't really match anything around it, and it's like a shell. Um, was there any other like destructive things about it? And then you show her this picture, and she's like, "It." That to me looks like there was something there, big, and it's shattered and all over the place. Something with massive heat destroyed the works on top of this mountain, and it happened a very long time ago.
So you're thinking like was an actual structure that was struck down, or just carved into an actual like side of the mountain?
I can't tell you without being there and really studying it, but it looks like there could have been a big boulder that has then been smashed up into bits. That's what it looks like to me.
Why would an ancient is it like a naturally occurring thing, or you think they broke it on purpose, like warring tribes?
I'm trying to think of something that the natives could have done to just completely demolish a stone that big that way instead of cutting it, I don't know.
I miss you.
When are you coming home?
As soon as I can.
I told you were cheating on me, and I was right. So we're going to talk about that when you get back.
Yes, but you've been really helpful, and I can't do this without you.
I'm glad you called me, Theo. I want you to come home soon.
Theo at this point like starts looking around to see if anybody else is noticing, and he moves in closer to the corner and he goes like, "I want to come home too. Like I really want to come home."
Just come home, Theo. Like, there's nothing stopping you. You went on this trip for your own mental health. Aren't you better? Like, you're obviously working again.
I I need to I need to finish up. There's there's just one more thing I need to do, and then I'm coming right home.
It's got to be important, Theo. If you're not going to come home, then okay, that's okay. I'm I'm here.
Thank you.
I love you. And she hangs up the phone.
I couldn't get it off. I love you too, he says to the blinking screen. Then he sits down in the chair, and he's probably going to fall asleep because he's been up for a long time.
Yeah, you are pretty tired. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead because you brought it up again. At this point, Theo, you are going to take a level of exhaustion unless you drink some coffee or you chain smoke cigarettes.
I mean, I got to finish writing this thing down. So I'm going to drink coffee, like write all of the things that I could come up with from our conversation, like warring tribes. Somehow an ancient thing could blow up a huge side of the mountain rock.
So you're drinking coffee to stay awake, to help stay awake?
Yeah.
So while Theo's making coffee, and Theo, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Six.
You cannot, and you will be unable to sleep for 6 hours. The next 6 hours, even if you want to sleep, you won't be able to sleep.
Cool. I mean, I did just talk to my wife, and I've got the archaeologist bug again, and I'm pretty sure doing this archaeology is going to save the world. And so I'm just pumped.
Second wind kind of thing. You're like, whoa, what was in that coffee? Grizzly's like, might have been some cocaine in that coffee.
Well, we gotta have some uppers because we're all chain smoking blunts to make sure that if we do get infected, we remain in control. So
Right,
you know,
yeah.
gotta smooth
This
it out.
place, oh my god, this place is so fucking crazy. I forgot, like, for an instant that, yeah, it smells like weed in here. Everybody's smoking big ass blunts because they want to keep the aliens from controlling their brains. Oh, this is getting hairy.
Do we have a printer here?
Yeah.
Almost certainly, but it probably doesn't work because it's a printer.
It's a brother.
Well, I've printed out like 15 different sheets. I've got this thing blown up that big, and I'm looking over top of it, and it's just 6 hours blur by as I'm writing profusely in notebooks, taping things up, looking at them like as big as I possibly can.
There is cocaine in the back room.
There's cocaine in my system.
Oh, okay.
Well, so for 6 hours, that's a lot of time. Let's talk about this. What do you still want to get done? Are you cool with Theo just spending 6 hours? What do you guys want to do? Go to sleep without figuring out this and move into Friday?
I'm not sure there's much that Chad can do on that front. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna try to piece together any information he can from talking to people about what he did over his lost time. Although I think we've more or less put it together. He's still trying to figure out. Like we were supposed to meet with Gorza, obviously, and I don't think that we did. So that's the only thing that they loose end he's trying to figure out, but he doesn't have any contact information for Gorza, so I don't think he can do anything with that either. Maybe do an internet search to see if anything's come up, like his Gorza had it been in a car accident. Oh, and I want to track the fire on the mountain that mysteriously happened.
The fire is now 2 acres, and it's being worked on by a bunch of different firefighting teams, especially the volunteer fire department out of 2 Oaks. They've got like everybody out there fighting that shit. But it was kind of dry, so it spread pretty fast.
And nothing on Gorza.
I mean, if you're looking for like, no, he didn't get into a car accident, and you can't find his private phone number.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Hammer, would you like to do anything while you're here at the skiff?
I'm seeing if Gabby can figure out what in that black goo gives them their abilities and extract that.
Oh. If I get bored and Gigi's available, I'm gonna go hook nipple clamps to her. See if it jogs
That
any
could probably
memories.
happen in the next 6 hours while Theo's working on his shit. So to synthesize this goop or this black ooze or something, you kind of have to know what it is, and it's not coming up with anything. Gabby's at the point now where like her sanity is not there. I would RP this out, but I really don't know how to do it. Gabby would suggest just drinking it because she's at the point now where she's like, it either saves the world or it kills us all. That's what's up. I don't know what's in that thing. It is dangerous. Drink it.
You think drink over inject?
It was. We found it in that Higginbotham guy's stomach. It wasn't in his blood. So
Do we
I
have any
would. Do we have any what?
rats? Like to test it on.
Rats?
Guinea pigs, rats, hamsters, rabbits,
We
baby
don't have
pigs,
anything here. You can.
chimpanzees. Fuck it, I drink it. She's a doctor. She knows what she's doing.
She's a scientist. She's not that kind of doctor.
Same difference. Her name says Doctor. Oh no, it's Agent.
Everybody's an agent here. We're all equals. All right, you put this in your mouth, and it tastes like an ashtray. It's going down your throat, and like you can't stop it now. Like even if it tastes so bad, you're like, "Ugh," and you try to spit it out. It won't come out of your mouth. As soon as it hits the inside of your mouth, it like coats the inside. It becomes mobile in your mouth, the way that like wasabi. As soon as it hits your tongue, it kind of like goes through all your system and hits your sinuses really hard, and your nose starts to mucusify and all of that nasty stuff. The black ooze, though, is going down your esophagus and into your stomach, and it's terrible the whole way down. You want to throw up, but you can't, and it's just. It feels really double bad because yesterday you had radiation poisoning and you were probably throwing up then too.
I don't remember that though.
That's correct. After probably the most horrid 30 seconds of your existence of swallowing something that you don't want to swallow, it reminds you of battery acid, or what you think would be battery acid. But
Battery acid.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's bad. But you come out of it like breathing heavily, and then you realize like, why? You don't have to breathe heavy. You make that conscious decision to stop breathing heavy, and you're fine.
Question: Can I just stop breathing?
You hold your breath, and for a long time, you're like, yeah, okay, I don't really have to breathe. And then you just kind of open your mouth and you inhale a little bit, and you're like, yeah, that's all I need, kind of thing. You
Can I? Can I? What's the heaviest thing in the room?
probably this big old desk here in the middle.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah. So you go to pick it up, and the thing probably 500-600 pounds. It's got a bunch of shit on it. You just tilt the thing sideways, and all the shit falls off of it. Everybody backs away from it, and you're like, "What the hell, man?" It's not like you're picking it up with one finger, but you've lifted it pretty easily.
What else is there? Oh, a punch to the wall. That looks like a thick wall, right?
Yeah, it's thick and metal. You punch it. Go ahead and roll me a d6, because your hand still is going to hurt. But the wall does cave.
5.
Your bones just. I mean, it hurts, dude. Like, you punch it. You probably did break some bones in your hand. But like I said, you have now dented the wall in. And the taste inside of your mouth is going away.
Yeah. That's no ill side effects yet. My hand hurts. Anybody got a? I might need you to set this.
Gabby's like, "Oh my god, yeah, that's broken. You're gonna need like pins."
It hurts a little bit. I think it's gonna be fine.
Gigi comes over.
Can we get some metal gloves?
Gigi's going to do a first aid on you. And as a doctor, she passes it extremely easily. You're going to get back an immediate 2 hit points out of that. What'd you take, 5? So you're going to wrap your hand up pretty good. Maybe make a brace for you. By the end of that, the taste is gone from the inside of your mouth.
You don't need metal gloves. Just pick up something, like a hammer.
Yeah, I was just thinking a hammer would be probably the way to go.
This didn't turn predictable.
You're feeling kind of tired now.
Can I still pick the table up?
No.
So it wears off. All right, so we got to get more of that stuff. All right, I'm exhausted. I'm going to sit down in a chair and go to sleep.
10-4. It's a pretty good idea. All right, so Husky's going to do something with nipple clamps. Hammer's going to go to sleep and get a pretty good rest in a chair. Theo's going to stay up for the next 6 hours studying and looking at this picture. And
Husky is going to get some sleep, too.
Yeah. No, I figured. Nipple clamps are only fun for like an hour tops. It starts to hurt.
Husky's also seeing if it triggers any memories, because remember, he still doesn't remember what happened, but his nipples were sore. So he's like, am I having flashbacks? No? Oh, shit.
Give me a POW roll.
Okay.
And
maybe I am having flashbacks.
You're going to get a luck point for suggesting it, because I forgot about it.
I failed the shit out of that POW roll. Let's see, my POW.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you said I get 1 point of luck?
Yeah, I'll give you a luck point for suggesting that you do the POW check, and then I'm glad that you failed the POW check, because you do get memories back, but you're with Gigi, but you're picturing Billie Jean, and you're remembering this with Billie Jean, and you call Gigi Billie.
Oh!
So she rolls your ass out of bed, but you stand up and you're like, oh, okay, so I did do that just earlier today with Billy, and it was at Podunks, and it did involve nipples. And you do cement that in, that for, I was going to say 10 minutes because I'm mean, but maybe an hour, 2 hours, you were with Billy and under her spell. And now you're remembering those 2 hours.
It's probably Chad's first times. Okay.
As much as the awkwardness as you brought in, Billy brings in professionalism.
I'm sure. So she had me under her spell for what did you say, 2 hours?
2 hours, and then you're losing it as you're leaving Billy in those memories. But it is a very good chance here that she was the reason that the 3 of you have forgotten the whole day.
Oh God, she really is a professional.
Good work right there. Mind-blowing, some would say.
Right? I don't know. It could have been earth-shattering.
Yep. Or other blowing.
All right, so we're going to start Friday.
Theo, you did cheat.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, he did.
He did.
He doesn't know that yet.
Oh, and he called his wife earlier. Oh, you were so fucked. So fucked. You were so fucked.
So Friday morning, it's a little cold in here in the skiff as you guys all, we start our new day. Hammer in the chair, Husky alone in a cot, 1 floor down in the skiff. You guys were in the boarding rooms. And then Theo, are you asleep at the desk here?
Yes.
I think you said you printed out the stone on a bunch of different pieces of paper. So as your head comes up, one of the pieces of paper is still stuck to your face, and you're looking at it super close because it's like right next to your eye, and you're looking at, where was it? All right, so top left side, there are these circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, from your bottom left to top left.
Yes.
Okay. That circle at the top, you can trace this line. I'm going to have to send this picture to you so that you can do this. That line is a continuous line and goes all the way through to down here somewhere in the bottom right. I'll give you that much. I'll let you do the trail. It's like a maze kind of thing. But I gave you that's the start, and the bottom right is the finish. Let me send you a picture of this. I'm going to post it in the Discord so everybody can look at it. Am I? There it is. Holy crap. Grizzly's like, I'm going to make pancakes. Make pancakes for everybody. They'll have a little bit of cocaine in them.
I'm gonna try to lift the table again.
It's not working for you.
Oh. We gotta find more of that black stuff.
I feel like Gabby has went behind him and bolted all the tables to the floor.
You drank that bath water, bro. Like that's gross.
He didn't even like use moderation, which I bet he wish he did now because they did have more left over. Like he could have just had like a little bit of it, but he drank the whole thing.
She said, "Drink it. It'll save the world."
Yeah. Actually, Gabby said drink it, and then you became super strong, and then nobody rolled a sanity check, which that was my bad. But yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Theo looks up from his paper and says, "Wasn't there more of that in that guy's stomach?" And then looks back down at his paper, trying to figure out this.
I look at Gabby. We got more.
We disposed of that body already.
I gotta find more bodies. I mean,
Body.
black stuff. Yeah, black stuff.
Oh. Maybe the yokels have some.
I was just thinking that. I know where to go to get some. The witches be using that shit.
Grizzly comes back with pancakes. What's the plan for today,
So
gents?
Chad comes up as they're bringing pancakes, and if he hears Hammer say any of this, he's going to say, well, we do know where at least one of those witches is, but we need to have a plan because I'm pretty sure that Billie Jean is the reason we can't remember anything, and I'm pretty sure she's one of those powerful witches.
I had a question. What about all the rednecks that we killed?
I mean, not all of them were super strong or fast. I mean, quite a few of them were quite easy to kill. My trap blew one clean in half.
Yeah. Where did we do that at? Was that upstairs?
No, that was at Haven Inn, and you guys threw them down the well.
Ah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
it does bring up a good point that I wanted to bring up earlier. Chad, you shot, that was Diddy Icker that night at Haven Inn. He got shot like 3 or 4 times and still had a conversation with you and was like, damn, this hurts. So like he very well could have been under the influence of this black goo. I mean, he did not go into shock and all of that stuff.
What, you mean that the 3 or 4 critical fails that Theo rolled to do first aid that I was using as an interrogation mechanism didn't help him regain any health? I literally said at one point, if you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm going to let Theo keep trying to help you.
I have a question, Gabby. How would you describe the black goo if you had to use a different word?
I've been calling it Gertie juice in my notes.
Dangerous?
I was thinking ichor.
Oh, like oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get some more. We just got to find some more of them ichors.
The Icker boys.
They would know where it's at.
But wasn't this guy a Higginbotham? Also, you really sure you want to keep doing that?
Doing what?
Drinking this stuff.
Oh, yes. I was strong. We got to save the world.
Theo, how do you feel about that?
So when you drink that, you become a witch-like person, so it's okay to kill you, right?
No, I don't cast magical spells. I just got stronger. No, also I didn't try to murder anyone.
He didn't try to murder anybody. He tried to punch you and then run away.
He was planning to kill us. He was one of the Icker boys. He's part of their clan, even if he wasn't, blood. Also, Theo, we don't kill friends.
We just
you feeling all right?
No, I'm not feeling all right.
Look, you guys
3 hours.
Why did you? I had a good night's sleep. I sat down in that chair and just looked like a baby, out like a rock. How did you stay up that long? Did you do cocaine?
I had a pot of coffee just so I could finish writing all of the thoughts I had in my head, and then it was 3 hours ago, and now you're saying that you want to go drink more black goo.
Also, Chad says with a mouthful of pancakes, we're all eating cocaine.
Oh.
So the door opens and Agent Gunner, who you guys haven't seen since our Halloween episode.
Oh, he got messed up by the pig people. Up.
Yeah. He walks in and he sees his G-Cell friends eating pancakes and smoking weed with you guys. And this place is in disarray. There's fucking petroglyphs up on the screen. Theo's over here, and you guys are talking about superpowers and shit. And Agent Gunner walks in and is like, What did I miss? And G-Cell's so happy to see him up and walking. He comes over, he hugs the girls. They have a very touching moment, and he's like, fucking pancakes? What the hell? Grizzly's like, come over here, you sit down. So Gunner joins in, he starts eating pancakes, and they're all happy to see him. He says the other two guys they're awake, but they're not ready to come up. But yeah, you now have a gunner back in your party, if you need one. That is his specialty. And he's happy to be back. Sorry to interrupt. You guys were planning your day?
Yeah. Hey, can I see your finger for a minute?
He shoves his finger towards you.
I give it a little clip with a knife.
Ow! Fuck!
What color does it bleed?
Red?
Just making sure. We may have to do that from time to time. If you do that to anyone and it starts showing up green, you need to tell people. And then just keep eating.
Gabby looks at him. Gunner's like, a lancet would have worked too. Damn. Ow. Gabby's like, we've got some things to brief you on. Why don't we take our pancakes and everything and we'll go into that conference room. We've got all the evidence and everything. So they're gonna abscond. They're gonna leave, and with the pancakes, and leave you guys to plan your day without G-Cell around.
Chad was enjoying them pancakes.
You still have your pancakes.
But before they leave, I'm gonna grab a couple stacks of those pancakes.
See, pancakes are important. Well, we're gonna get some for Theo too. He needs to eat because he's basically surviving on stimulants at this point.
Every man for himself. Okay, these are my pancakes.
All right. Chad will help him because he failed his role to not give a shit. So
Hammer's ravenous. Oh, also, Hammer, your hand hurts like a motherfucker.
yeah, it's I've seen this in real life before. It swells up a whole lot, and then they drill holes in it and put pins in, and it hurts every time it gets cold.
Forever. Boxer breaks suck so bad. Hey, but you dented that fucking wall, man. Good job.
I just pointed at the wall. I'm like, yeah, but look at the wall.
I broke a
You should see
fridge.
the other- You should see the other guy.
Like black tar heroin.
I think that our priority today should be to catch up with Gorza. And I think we need to get back up that mountain and have a look at what's on top. And we may need to kidnap a witch at some point. But judging by how it went last time, I don't think we can afford to let her live. And I'm like looking right at Hammer when I say that.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to.
Okay.
Get some black ooze out of her, and then figure out what more is, and make sure she can't tell anyone else.
I'm starting to suspect that the witches are the source of the black ooze, and that ingesting the black ooze is how they keep their thralls under control.
I want you to be wrong, real bad.
I know you do, but I'm not.
But it was the bath water. Sorry, I'm not there.
You didn't tell me that. I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
I mean, now I do. That was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. It was Halloweenish. No, it was before Halloween. That's why I try to give you guys these clues. It's not like we play this like every fucking day. We remember all this stuff. I don't remember half this shit.
Look, all I know is I know how to get superpowers. I'm gonna be getting superpowers.
You know, I offered you alien powers before.
You made it very clear it was a bad choice.
It was a bad choice. It still is a bad choice. And you drinking this black shit is probably a bad choice too. You also are suffering from radiation poisoning.
One of these things is gonna give me superpowers.
Maybe combined, you're gonna turn into that fucking tentacle thing.
The tentacle thing is just me from the future.
Yeah, I was about to say the tentacle thing is a ghost of Hammer Future.
He was trying to get back to his body.
I've come back in time to tell myself not to do some things that I'm now doing.
He's been a husk this whole the whole day. I'm not that clever. All right, so yeah, I think seeing Gorza today is a good idea. So it's Friday. It's like 6 in the morning. You guys have eaten pancakes? Yeah, let's make it 7. Pancakes take a little while to digest. Do you want to get a hold of Gorza somehow and set up a meeting? Do you want to go back to Podunk's early? Do you want to go to the petroglyphs in the morning? Like, it's up to you.
I don't think we should go back to Podunk's until we know how to handle the person who can put us under her thrall. Like, we need a plan like we had with the town council, where we knew going into the town council every step of the way how we were going to do it, and it was a well-executed abduction. We needed to hit with the same shock and awe kind of attack, I think, to get the drop on them, and we need to make sure that we incapacitate them in the opening round so that they can't, create issues. And then we also need to, because the other witch was still like, even when she was unconscious, we were having trouble resisting. So we need to have a plan for what we're going to do once we have them in our custody. So I don't want to go back to Podunks. I think that's a bad idea. The other two, I'm indifferent on which one we do first. I think Theo might have a opinion about it, though.
Since we don't know how to get to Gorza, so we should head back up to the petroglyphs.
I also would be really curious to know, because since you can sense through your feet the thing, remember from last time? The underground stuff.
You wanna go into a cave?
I want to know if when we get to the petroglyphs if we're close.
Cool. I'll take off my shoes and give it a listen.
In theory, Hammer, that's a superpower you already have as well, by the way.
What?
You can feel like the craw, the connection that you have with the craw.
But they don't have the black goo, right?
You have seen the black goo on mostly the cult side of things.
So I got to use the cult to take out the crawl. Got it. By use them, I mean I'm going to become a vampire and eat their tummies.
Husky, in your pocket, you have a bloody list that says the church, lumber mill, Mamie's pig farm. It's the list that you got of cultist locations.
Oh, I gave that.
From...
I gave that to Theo.
Oh, sorry. Then it's in Theo's pocket. My bad. You guys can always just jump into the well at Haven Inn too.
We'll call that Plan F. Let's go.
We should
Let's
find out how hard it is to get a tactical nuke and drop that in that portal.
We'll call that Plan E.
Hey, that's before F.
Well,
yeah, better than F.
It's better than jumping in. Yeah. I think Theo want to go petroglyphs. I second that motion. So let's go. Let's go look at petroglyphs.
Okay. Who's driving?
I'll drive.
Oh man.
No offense.
Can I take a nap on the way up?
You should.
Yeah. I have shotgun, so you're definitely not in the front.
So you get up to the sledge, and you're seeing it in the light of day. The sledge has got jagged fucking lines down the side of both sides of this thing. The tires have gotten all chewed up. You've got rash on all of the wheels. Even the front end of the sledge, probably the passenger side, I think it was, the front push bar on the sledge is actually dented in, and you're going to have to pull it back out, eventually, if you want it to look straight. Otherwise, the sledge is running, you'll have no problem driving it. Maybe the alignment's off a little bit, but yeah. Theo was rough on this thing as you guys were fleeing the monster.
I'd like to point out we made it back home safely.
Yeah, you did. It's very true.
I have no words of criticism for the treatment of the sledge.
Giggles probably does. Agent Giggles. He liked driving that thing.
Yes, well, when he gets out of the hospital, he can come help. I think he's the one that lived. One of them got all turned into pig food.
That was Goose. Agent Goose. That was Grizzly's brother. Alright, so we're going to leave Skiff level 1A. Let's pack this thing up. All right, this time has all burnt up, and as you guys come up to the like the start of the winding path here on the blue end. Husky is driving the sledge, and this is pretty much the epicenter of the fire, like where the fire started and where it burned the longest. So the trees here are pretty much non-existent. But further up the mountain, and even like towards where the monster was, there's some green up there somewhere. But yeah, all through like almost all the way to yellow. This has all been burnt. Big old rings of fire. There's still fire trucks up here. There's still some places that are smoldering. This is an active scene, so as you guys come up in the sledge, there's a fire truck up here. Let me pull one out. Maybe even an ambulance if I can find one. I don't have a fire truck. I've got this truck.
You
That'll
have an
work.
ambulance.
Oh, I do have a fucking fire truck. Look at that.
You have an ambulance too.
I do have an
You had
ambulance.
The ambulance is the thing that had the girl in it that was screaming.
Yep. I have a couple different ambulances now. I'll put this one back because that's a bag. And you know what? Shits and giggles, there's a helicopter flying around too. He's just checking the things out.
Wait, they have a helicopter?
They flew it in.
Yeah, they flew it in.
Oh shit.
You're welcome. I know you missed me.
Nah, let's take the helicopter out. It's hard to explain.
No, we have a helicopter now. It flew in. It's not hard to. We explained it already.
The GM was like, that's too much power for any party. They can't have air travel.
No helicopter. All right, but the sledge comes up, and where are you headed now, Husky? You're driving.
I'm going up to where the petroglyphs supposedly are. We got GPS coordinates. I've tagged it on the GPS, and I'm just going up the road towards it. If any of the emergency personnel try to stop us, I'm just going to be like, we're with the sheriff.
Yep, no problem. They will let you pass, no issues. As you come around this first switchback, you see there's a piece of the sledge chilling on the side of the road.
We want to stop and get that hammer. Just shove it in the trunk for Ace to reattach.
Yep.
Okay, so we do that.
I'm glaring. Right. I'm glaring at Theo the whole time I'm picking up these parts.
Theo has his knees pulled into his chest.
Yeah,
he
may be
asleep.
He may be asleep when we see the part, but the slamming of the door will wake him up.
So as you guys come up around this switchback, this is the place where the thing was stopped. It didn't make it any further than this. And as you guys come up, and you'll get to really notice that this area, the ground, is saturated, and there's a trail leaving. Well, there's a trail getting here that you knew that the alien took, and it crashed through trees and shit. And then there's also a trail, and it's leading back that way, which would be westicles. So west from your position, there's another trail leading off.
We should follow that.
Makes sense. I think so.
We can take it off road as much as possible. It's not like it could get more beat up.
You don't think we should go check out the site we were going to originally first to see if there's anything missing?
I don't know that I can answer that impartially, but no, I don't. I think we should follow this thing and see if it has any more, if it is alive anymore.
Okay, so let's say hypothetically we kill it. How does that advance our mission?
Say what?
How does it advance our mission to kill this thing? We don't even know what it is. I'm just saying that we have like clear objectives for our mission that are in front of us, and that is a rabbit hole.
Hunt it down. Make sure it is dead.
Or eat it.
Ooh, yeah,
Or eat it.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm a little concerned about your obsession with that. I think we should go continue on our mission, do the petroglyph thing, and if we come back down and this thing, is still around or causing havoc, then we can handle it then.
Get farther away. It's gonna get farther away. We gotta track it while it's wounded. Does it have a leaky trail?
So it had like a leaky mucusy trail last night, and that's the saturation that you're seeing in the ground. And that's, that and the crash.
Yeah, I'd like to pick up a piece of the ground that's saturated, like a leaf or a stick or something, and snip it.
Smells like ass.
I mean, does it smell like a specific kind of ass? Like an ass that I had in my mouth last night?
Does it smell like gurney juice? Oh my god, that statement cannot be unheard.
I'd like to lick it.
Oh god.
Oh, Hammer eats ass. We now know these things.
Oh.
Things we didn't want to know, but now we know.
And this is why I've got the mature content disclaimer on the Twitch channel, guys.
Right. So it tastes like ass, and it tastes like ashes in your mouth. It's that familiar, like, tingly feeling now. Go ahead and give me a POW roll.
Which one is that one?
So that is it's a stat, and it's your power stat. Hold on. Yep. So times 5 your power stat.
I got it. Fail. Fail. I did a 86 of 60.
Okay. You don't feel more powerful, but you definitely tasted the ash in your mouth, and you can associate that taste with the power that you felt last night, and now you hunger for it. This is going to become a compulsion for you. You need it.
Yeah. I don't know if you were aware. It already was.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Go for that low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, of course. So as your fellow agents are like, hey, we've got a fucking job here. We're going to go check out the petroglyphs. And, Husky's driving. And Hammer, you're like, I've tasted God, and I need more.
I'm still out in the ground. We haven't started driving yet. We got out to check the scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back there. Yeah.
I have to start heading off into the woods. I'm like, dude, I got to do this.
I'm going to wake Theo so he can take part in this conversation. I'd be like, hey man, this Hammer's out there just like licking the dirt, and Husky's watching this going, we have a problem.
and started walking off. I've gone into stealth hunter mode. I'm going to get the beast.
This is fucking Delta Green right here. Just licking dirt. I gotta go. I gotta have this.
Every couple 100 feet, like I'll disappear for a minute, and then you'll see me creep out from behind a tree, pick up a stick, sniff it, lick it, keep going.
It's muttering to himself. It's getting closer. I'm getting closer.
I mean, do we just let him go, or do we try to pick him up and put him back in?
Hold on a second. I gotta make a roll real quick. Okay. Yeah, so like the mission comes first. It's up to you if you think it's time sensitive. I mean, I'm completely down for leaving him to his fate. But
You've got a taser, right?
yeah, that won't end in tears.
They're gonna be my tears anyway.
Oh, you want the taser?
No, please don't tase me.
Don't tase me, bro.
Tase me, bro. I mean, I don't think trying to force him to come back is going to go over really well right now. I feel like he's definitely exhibiting some addict behavior. But I also like what I'm really torn between is, do we follow him and help him, or do we just leave him to his fate?
I mean, if like we were getting chased by a weird monster after looking at the petroglyphs, there's a chance it's taking us to the petroglyphs. We can track him. We have GPS signal up here.
All right, we can. I'll park the sledge, and I guess we'll follow.
All right.
I would like to bring my sniper rifle and my full body armor.
Craven, can you give me a stealth roll? You said you were going stealthy.
Yeah. I think I got a 9.
That's excellent. That's real stealthy.
I think I've gone invisible. That's a 9 out of 70. So
All right. And then I think it's an awareness for our other agents to try to keep up with you.
Could I search for him?
Yeah, sure.
I passed my awareness roll. I am tracking him. He thinks he's the knight, and he probably is to that creature, but I can see him clear as day. I, however, am keeping an incredible distance. Like, I want the sniper rifle because I want him so far ahead of me that the thing doesn't know I'm there until I pull the trigger. I have a range of 250 meters.
I have an 80 on my search, and I rolled a 97. I get lost. I thought we had GPS locations and I was just going to like track his phone. But then I realized I lost signal like 15 yards from the road. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not following him anymore.
So, we'll start with Raven. Hammer sneaking through the woods, very light stepped. You're following this trail, and every now and then you're tasting the spore of the thing that you're hunting. The sledge has been left behind. It's just you in the forest, tracking this beast. You know your prey. You've shot it. You've blown it up, and
tasted it.
you've tasted it, and it's trying to elude you. And you're like, stupid fucking thing. Doesn't it know I'm the apex predator? You are the knight, and you're sneaking through these the woods, and it's of course daytime, but you're staying to the shadows, and no twigs are broken or anything like that. But you have the sense that your team, at least, has an idea of where you are. You think you know that they're behind you, maybe at least one of them. And you come to a clearing in this forest where the trail of the monster goes into the clearing, and you see it like disappear, in the brush to the other side of the clearing. So you're gonna have to go out into the open to basically keep track of this thing.
Does it look like there's a trap? Like it would have doubled back? Like, is it that smart?
It made some weird ass alien decisions last night. There's a very difficult read on this thing. It could be laying in a trap. It seemed like it could be intelligent, but it also could have just moved across the clearing in the direction of the petroglyphs.
Right? How tall is the grass?
Through here, through the clearing, it's only like 6 to 8 inches.
All right, I'm going to find the shortest distance to the point that I need to reach, that I need to cross, and then div across as quickly as possible, quickly and quietly as possible.
So, Chad, you have him in your sights, and he is dipping across this open ground. You're pretty far away, but you've got this sniper rifle trained in, and what you're waiting to see is like the brush and stuff move because this thing was so huge that if it is going to stir and move through the forest, you're going to see something like treetops moving and shit like that. So you're kind of scoping that out too. When you realize suddenly that Theo is no longer behind you, he's not with you at all. And Theo, you're way out in the woods, kind of in your own way, when you realize that it's gotten very, very quiet. No birds, no wind, no insects, and then you hear this little girl giggle. Just
Well, when I realize Theo is away, I'm going to realize that he got lost, and I'm going to text him my GPS coordinates. I'm not even going to say, where are you, or anything like that. I'm just going to be like, oh, he's lost again, and shoot off my GPS coordinates to his cell phone.
you get a little ding on your cell phone too, Theo.
Theo looks down at his phone because that's what he's been looking at, and he goes, "Oh man, it's not the right spot." And I hear that little girl, and I'm like now sensing that I'm completely alone, and I just think really hard in my head. I go, "Diana Simpson, is that you? There are no doors around." And then I look up and see what I can see.
She's chilling in a branch above you, and she's like, "Oh, you make it like way too easy." And she blinks from the branch down to the ground next to you. She's like, "How you been, Theo?"
Oh, how was Japan? How is baby death?
Baby metal?
Baby metal. You're such a. You're not a boomer, are you?
No. I mean, it's just it's hard to keep up with the cool trends.
Theo, your buddy's in trouble. And we're going to go back to Hammer. As you enter the thicket on the other side of this clearing, Hammer, you're going to see this tentacle like laying in the ground. You see the front tip of it. The rest of it is obscured. It goes off into like this massive boxwood or something. But you see a good chunk, like length of tentacle. It's laying on the ground, and the mucus, the black stuff that you want, is just, I mean, it's slimy all over it.
Yep. Gonna reach down and cut that tentacle off and start getting my munch on.
What do you cut it with?
I have a knife.
Is it like you got to get up close and personal knife, or is it like a chopper knife, or I'm trying to picture this.
Combat knife.
Combat knife, Bowie
Yeah,
size.
Yeah, like around 12 inches.
Okay, so
No
you
more.
gotta get really up close and personal with it. Give it a nice good lean forward into that cut motion, and you're gonna
It's
chop
sharp,
off.
but
You're gonna go for like 2-3 feet of tentacle.
I'll probably go for like a foot.
You stab into this tentacle, and it whips up towards you at the same time as you stab into it. This black ichor is all over your hands. The knife, it's bleeding this shit. As you cut into it, you have your prize in your left hand. The other end of the tentacle whips out, and out of the boxwood comes the, the tentacled horror. It's like dragging itself towards you. Here it is.
Wrong person.
You're right. This side. And you are uncomfortably close to this thing, sir. You've just cut it. You're holding the tentacle in your hand. We're going to go to Husky.
I found myself a good perch. I'm watching this thing. I'm assuming I can see it from where I'm at.
Yes.
So do I have a clean shot?
I'm going to say that you have a clean shot.
Okay.
You are an expert.
I'm going to go ahead and just pull the trigger on this sniper rifle. I rolled a 5. And I need to roll lethality. It did not go lethal. And I need to roll damage. Oh. A very heavy rifle.
You never found out where you got that then. That's awesome.
I still haven't figured it out. Also, is it a heavy rifle or a very heavy rifle?
The very heavy is the one with the super damage, right?
Well, it doesn't have any damage at all.
It's the 50 Browning, right? Yeah.
So I don't actually get a damage roll. I take my lethality roll. I rolled a 50.
Okay, a 5 and a 0?
A 0 and a 40. So a 10 and a 40.
I think we've been saying that's 14.
Yeah, 14.
We have not. We have absolutely not.
Yeah, if for the lethal damage roll, the 0 is a 10, and the 4 is a 4. Sorry, the 40 is a 4. You just add them up like they were 2d10s.
So you did 14 damage.
That is
14 damage to it.
That is not how I've been doing it the entire time. I've been rolling it, and then I've been bracketing it in, and then using what it says.
If it has damage, you roll the damage. But if you don't have a damage die, you add the critical. If you don't critical or not critical, lethal.
So lethal is just a 2d10. If you get a 20 or less, it would have been just straight up lethal. But if you got more than 20, you just add the 2 like it's 2d10, and that's your damage. That's what I've been doing with Hammer this whole time with all of his lethal stuff. We've been doing it with you too, but your weapons, as
they all have
they're
damage.
lethal, they also have damage. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I guess to do 14 damage, I also need to wrap my brain around how that works, which I will do while you guys are moving on. It's probably got Pierce on it too. Yeah, it's armor piercing 5.
Excellent. So Heron, I need you to make a decision. Do you want to keep talking to Diana Simpson? You hear the shot ring out, and she's like, "Your buddy's in trouble. You can join the combat if you want, or you can keep talking."
I'm going to say, can you take me there as fast as you can? And then hold out my hand.
She giggles and grabs your hand and then whips you literally as close as she could to this thing. So you are now, almost touching this. It could feel your breath. You're way over here now, and you're part of the combat. So what do you want to do?
That's not what I mean. And I take 2 steps back and start shooting.
You hear a giggle in your ear again.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
What's your
I
firearms roll?
rolled a 75. I've got a firearms of 72.
Oh man,
I'm gonna use 3 points of luck and make
there
that
you go.
72.
Pulp Cthulhu rules. Okay, so yeah, you can use that for attacks. You shoot it. Give me a damage roll. So Hammer's got this tentacle in his hand. He's just chopped it off, and then like, whap! 50 caliber bullet comes in and fucking nails this thing as it like, you know, comes back to life and it comes up in Hammer's face. 50 cal, and then fucking out of nowhere, Theo blinks into existence, takes 2 steps back, pat, pat, with his fucking little pistol.
That's 4 damage and armor piercing 2.
That's fantastic. Hammer, what do you want to do?
Well, I got calamari in one hand and a knife in the other. So I'm going to slurp down a tentacle while I stab this thing and get some more.
All right, worst thing you've ever fucking tasted. Tastes like ash in your mouth. It goes down really acidy and battery like. Go ahead and give me that roll.
16 out of 70 or 80, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. You're hitting him with the
Yes.
knife. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Gonna make a what's the thing where you tap the maple trees?
Oh, what is that called? Spigot or something like that?
I think it's called.
No.
I think it's called a tap.
Yeah, it's something
I'm
like
tapping
that.
the keg, baby. I'm tapping the keg. I don't know what the damage on a combat knife is. Give me a second. Did we say it was
I think
four?
it's something stupid like 4. Because this is Delta Green and it would be a D4. But it's a big combat knife. I don't know. Let me find. Where is it?
D6. A D6 armor piercing 3.
Oh, nice. There you go. Large knife, yeah. Oh, it's expense is incidental. Yeah, you can just pull it out. All right, so roll me that D6.
6. I got her good.
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go super deep. You have ultimate control over this. You cut into this tentacled god, and you're gonna kill it. Tell me how it goes down.
Yeah, so I just take the knife and I push up through its head and out the top. And then I'm I'm like below that, letting it drip in like an orange juice.
Give me a pal roll. I should have asked for it the first time.
I got an 84 out of 60.
You failed it, huh?
Yep. But
All right.
but I'm currently bathing in it as well as drinking that up.
Yeah, you can't but help but think how much is wasted. You're trying to fill up your pockets, and you're going to be thoroughly so addicted to this that you'll want it all the time. And yeah, you feel like you want to squeeze every last drop out of this thing.
Yeah, I got Theo getting samples with all his sample bags. We're filling all of them.
Well, he's screaming at you, or you're screaming at him. Get samples. Get everything you can. Theo, you're standing there. Theo, give me a sanity roll.
Give me all your sample bags. Go with the truck.
As you see
We
Hammer
don't have a lot of time.
losing his fucking shit, bathing in the blood.
That's a 50. That's not good.
Through the scope of the rifle, Husky sees this too. Hammer bathing in the blood and then screaming at Theo to get samples of this thing, that he needs more. And
Still all the
He's got Hammer in his sights. For one split second, he's got this decision on his mind. I know he's never going to do it, but this is the one chance he had. And whatever happens moving forward, I want Husky to remember this moment that he could have stopped whatever monster is about to happen.
I've been this entire time quietly debating the fact that, you know, me as a player, I'm not going to pull the trigger because I never will do that to another player. But I do I do wholeheartedly believe that Husky would just shoot him. So I just want to throw out there that like I'm right. struggling playing the game right now because I am separating what's good for the party from what my character would do, because Husky would 100% just shoot him right now.
I'm going to give you a luck point because I can't give you inspiration, because like I love you for doing that, because this makes the drama so much better. You're having this conscience that you never had before. This is your brother now. But yeah, he's bathing in black blood. Theo, do you grab any for Hammer?
I'm losing my shit because I didn't pass my sanity roll, and I want to burn it. Like,
what's your plan?
Reminding me of those eyeballs. I know Hammer's got screw or a bunch of stuff on him, but I also don't want to get close to it because that's gross black stuff all over the place. I guess I'm gonna go in.
Go get the truck. Get the truck. Give me your sample things. Go get the truck. Wait, give me your sample things. Then go get the truck.
Bags. Do you have Ziploc bags?
I mean,
Yes, the bags.
You're doing a great job cleaning up. You're being a scientist now. Like, great job. And I'm gonna walk away. Actually, I'm going to look to see, like, the petroglyphs are this way, right?
I'm going to start cutting off strips of meat and make it jerky. I'm going full survival here. I'm going to make this last.
So it's like you're making jerky out of octopus hide. It seems like once it's going to dry out, it's not going to produce this anymore. So like I said before, like, it's seeping into the ground, and all of the waste that you've got right now, you're coming to realize like it's gone. It's hard to keep a hold of without planning this out a little bit better. You could have had containers, I guess. Now you're getting really mad at Theo for not coming straight back with containers. It's injuring you a lot. Where is he with those damn containers? But you feel super powerful. Yeah, you're going to like roid rage at this point.
I'm going to start dragging the corpse back to the truck.
Oh, that's easy enough for you to do. One-handed, you grab this thing and just bodily pull it through. It's snapping fucking like whole trees down as you're hulking this thing through the woods. And you'll even, well, you might pass Theo.
100% passes Theo.
Yeah, you're going to fucking pass Theo because you're faster than him now. And you're going to walk up on Chad. And you're going to say something about fucking needing containers. Need whole refrigerators.
Chad is just
cooling systems.
Chad has already like shouldered his rifle and is like on his way back to the truck. So, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. He made the decision not to do it and then said, I need to walk away before I change my mind.
All right, so you'll hear rustling and then snapping of everything coming up from behind you. The only thing that's not huffing and puffing is Hammer. He is breathing nice and normal, dragging this thing that's easily 2.5 tons. It's heavy. He's just dragging it through the woods like it's nothing. He gets it to the sledge. Theo, you're still in the woods. You're walking a little slow.
I'm like jogging after him. He's just walking regularly.
He's cut you a path through the woods, so it's a little easier for you.
You won't get lost this time, buddy.
That's true.
You will eventually come up on Husky, who's just casually walking. Like, I'll let Hammer past me. And he's just casually walking with a rifle slung over his shoulder. It's this giant 50 caliber rifle, so like it's taller than Husky is.
I saw Diana again.
The girl from the ambulance?
Yeah, she whooped me over top of the thing, and I shot it.
I thought she was gone forever.
I mean, she came back. I don't know. She said my friend was in danger. That's pretty nice.
That is promising. I mean, I don't know how much danger he was actually in, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I did shoot the thing once, but I don't know. I am very concerned about Hammer right now. We may have to find a safe way to do an intervention at some point.
But he's carrying a car through the... I don't know.
Yeah, but any drug that lets you able to do that is going to have a hell of a downside. Like, when he comes off of this thing, he might just immobilize, and then we can just,
And it's not a drug. God blood.
You're thinking another... what did we put in that guy so that he couldn't move? Another epidural?
I don't
Just
even...
have him wake up?
I don't even know that we're going to have to do that. I'm just going to let it play out its course. If we didn't need Hammer, he'd be a blood stain all over that thing right now. But,
So Hammer's, I guess, loading the thing up into the sledge, right? And Theo and Husky are having this conversation, like, kind of back at the edge of the woods.
I mean, we've let him... He's probably gotten there, and he'll have minutes before we catch up, because I'm not even rushing. I'm just casually walking.
Yeah, so you both hear a little giggle, and Diana Simpson's there behind you, and she's like, "He's in deep shit, your friend."
Say, I told you she was here. What do you know about those things? Is that more craw stuff?
Nope, that's not Craw at all. That's the other thing, the thing that was trapped under the mountain.
Hollow God.
Mr. Husky knows.
Is there anything we can do to help our friend? Will he wean off it naturally?
That's I don't know. I've never seen it get like that. It's going to be bad. One way or the other. It's real bad. But that thing shouldn't have been on the surface anyway. The craw broke through to the other side. They finished digging, and then the Hollow God defended itself. So you might see more of those things now. They're out.
So since the Hollow God defended itself, I'm assuming the crawl down there are not there anymore.
It's very few of them left. They had 230 airline passengers digging down there, and there's far fewer now. Kind of glad I got out when I did.
I'm glad too.
So listen, I heard that you made friends with Braxton, which is great, because you're going to need all the friends you can get.
Yes, we were kind of hoping Braxton would lend us a ship at a certain point. We're probably going to need one.
To get rid of the... yeah. I wish I could help, but that's something that, like, 10-year-olds shouldn't have to deal with, you know?
I agree.
So I'm glad that you guys are good. I hope that your friend feels better. And, just so you know, like, there's gonna be more of those things.
It's good to know.
Do you have a name for those?
I don't know if anybody has ever named them before.
So they're the Nameless.
I think whoever kills it first gets to name it, right? That's how it works in those books. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to Tokyo and spend time with my mom. It's good to see you guys again.
You too.
Thanks for the ride. You know, I didn't mean I. Have fun.
And she disappears.
So what we're learning is not all of the entities here are necessarily malicious. And it sounds like the one that we helped send might actually come back and help us. That would be nice. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have high hopes for that.
You just gotta be more friendly with people.
I'm not sure that's the conclusion I drew either. But I take your point. Anyway, let's go look at some petroglyphs.
Man, I bet you he's got that strapped to the top of the car in a big old tarp.
No takers here. It's absolutely that's what's happened. He's going to be really thrilled when we tell him we found out that there's going to be more of those things.
So you guys were parked like here-ish. Let me pull the sledge back.
Yep. And I'm imagining we'd be getting up on the sledge right about now, which I also imagine, Kizik's 100% correct. And there's a big mass of this thing, like just, deer strapped to the top with ratchet straps and a tarp.
Yep.
He did find the tarp.
I've wrapped it in a tarp. It's sealed as I can get it, strapped down. The truck may look like a low rider at the moment.
Yeah, 3 tons is a lot on the hood of this thing.
It's on top.
You know how in Red Dead Redemption you had to cut just the little bit of the buffalo?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one look at the weight on it and then the road, and I'm gonna be like, Hammer, you're gonna have to drive your own truck back when we come back down the hill, because I don't want to drive it under that load.
Yeah, I can drop you guys off, or you can walk there and I can take this thing back and get it taken care of, refrigerized.
Are we within walking
I'm
distance of where the petroglyphs are?
Yeah, you're probably a half mile.
We're gonna be like, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and go ahead and take that back, and you can come pick us up after you've done whatever you need to do to preserve it.
Before you finish the words, come back. I have started driving away, chewing on a piece of the calamari that I'm trying to preserve.
It's dripping down the back of the sledge and like all over the road as Hammer gets down the switchbacks, just leaving the slimy trail. He gets to the bottom and there's like just the sheriff is left. Out of the ambulances and everything that were from before, they've got most of the fires and shit out. They've moved on to other places. But the sheriff was up here, and he had started his patrol and then found this on fire, fought it for as long as he could, and then went home and has now just come back. So he wasn't here from before, but he sees the sledge go by, and he nods at Hammer with this thing under wraps up top. And
My big black grin.
Your big black what?
My big black grin. As I drive past him.
Oh, yeah, because you got it all up in your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Where are you headed with that?
Was there refrigeration at the base?
At the skiff, the black site? There wasn't really refrigeration. You might be able to convince them to, put dry ice or something in the cell and keep it in the cell.
Is there a better place? I'm trying to think of the places we've been to. I mean, the hog farm should have had refrigeration, right?
It probably should have had refrigeration, but I don't think it was in there. That was a map that was more horror than like reality.
What about the car? Does that have something?
No, that was a shop. They had like a mechanic's bay. Yeah, I don't know. The best place for it might be like the vet office had fridges
That would
for
be great.
corpses.
Yep, I go back. I go there. Start carving up dark god roasts, and wrapping them and putting them in the freezer.
How do you treat Valerie when you're there? You remember Valerie?
Yeah, super politely. I'm going to be using her freezer.
How do you explain what's going on?
Well, I tell her that this gives me superpowers, and I show her by lifting the truck or the giant monster, either one, and telling her I need a place to put this, keep it on ice so it doesn't spoil. This will be useful in our fight against the evil that we are currently up against.
Okay.
You're welcome to study it. I would like to know more. But the scientists at the skiff could not tell us anything. It's out of this world, they said. I'm not sure that's true, but I'm not sure it's not true. There's no harmful side effects, though.
Are you sure about that?
Well, I mean, I did learn that just because you're strong enough to break steel doesn't mean the steel won't break your hand. I hold up my hand.
Yeah, that's a bad break.
I may need this. I may need some surgery on this. Maybe like an iron cast. But
You're cast right now. Like the wrap is all fucked up from you like using both of your hands during that fight.
yeah, I kind of forget. I don't feel pain like I did. Like, it hurts right now, but
It's very concerning. She's concerned for you.
I mean, is it more concerning than body snatching aliens, an asteroid coming to kill us all?
She just reminds you that you're not Superman and that your body will take a toll.
I mean, I am as Superman as I could currently be.
She places her hand on yours very, comfortingly and like she's concerned about you. Give me a power roll.
So I can fail another one.
Who is this? Is this the vet?
Yeah.
Great, she's a witch. Oh, I critically succeeded.
Okay, cool.
Does that mean I know what happened?
No, she, you feel like you're doing the right thing with this black goo. This is going to give you as much as you could possibly need, and in storage. Maybe if you put it in like go-go squeeze pouches or something like that. You're trying to just, you got to come up with a delivery system.
Yeah, I was thinking I would take straws, and fill the straws and then seal both ends, and then when I need to, I just tear them open and suck the goo out.
Oh, like a pixie stick.
Yeah, like a pixie stick, exactly. Super cheap, easy to do. Any idiot can do it, and a blender. I just gotta get a blender.
Right? Okay. That's awesome.
Also, maybe some smoothies. Maybe a daily smoothie every morning.
I'm having some Archer Vice flashbacks of, when Pam was on the cocaine. She was like, "Oh, she's eating yogurt." No, it's cocaine. Of course it is.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. All right, so the other two agents, they make it like the half-mile walk. What kind of stuff do you guys discuss on your way up there? Do you talk about anything?
I will send Giselle a text and be like, "Hey, I might need a car up here," because Husky's not 100% sure that Hammer's going to remember to come pick him back up.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, if Theo wants to talk about anything, we can. I mean, let me roll again to see if Chad actually slipped back into his I don't give a shit mode. Yeah, no, Chad is going to be like, yeah, I noticed you were having some issues earlier, and This is all pretty difficult on the old marriage, I guess.
I mean, not only on marriage, but like on just reality in general. There's aliens that we have to worry about. There's other aliens. There's good, like little girl aliens that can teleport, but she doesn't want to do. She said they broke through to the other side. Like that. Is there another reality inside of our own Earth?
I don't know. I distinctly remember being told that them breaking through would be bad because they would try to ascend, but it sounds like they didn't know what they were getting into. Yeah, we got problems from above and below.
Do you think the cult like can control the giant squid things, or do you think they just worship them?
I think it'll be the other way around. I think whatever this hollow god thing is will, if it comes to the surface all the way, will immediately control all of those who are utilizing the goo, and I think that will include Hammer. Which is why we need to figure out a way to get him off this stuff. The asteroid is going to be a more straightforward problem to solve, I think, than the hollow god issue will be. We just don't know what we don't know, and that's why I need you to figure out this petroglyph stuff, because truthfully, I am way out of my element on this stuff. I'm really hoping that we're going to go up there and you're going to be like, oh, this is the big weakness that we need to know about. And I hate putting all my eggs in that basket. But I'm really out of my element on the hollow god problem. But we're going to totally Armageddon that asteroid.
Stop the asteroid and then let the hollow god take over the Earth.
Or let the asteroid hit the Earth, destroy the Earth, and destroy the hollow god along with all of us in the process. It's not a good set of solutions.
And there's a bunch of cultists that want that to happen.
Yeah, doomsday cults are not a new thing. Not even for me. I've been asked to go to more than a couple of out-of-the-way places where doomsday cults have been cropping up, and usually in those cases, it's not a real doomsday. It's just some charismatic leader in which you put a bullet in his head that all falls apart. I don't think we'll be so lucky with this one.
Yeah, you did put a bullet in the squid's head.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to shoot this problem. Anyway, let's get up this petroglyphs and have a look. Only one of these is loaded in for me. Oh, wait, there's another one.
Yeah, they're far apart. We got to walk to them.
I've got a red dot right here. I don't know if that's leftover vector line or if that's something that's not loading in. Okay, it's leftover vector line.
All right, so we'll start with this one. This is the main rock formation as you guys walk up. We're at the top of a mountain right now. Down below you is the valley, like that sweeps out. The town's way down there, 2-3 miles out. You guys have a great view. This would be a fantastic spot for, just chilling and looking out at the landscape. It's sweet. But at the top of this mountain top is it looks like a massive boulder that's been shattered a long time ago, and the outside of the boulder's got all these petroglyphs on it. Some of the petroglyphs are. It looks like there are parts of this boulder that have been melted. That's what this one is, and it seems like whoever was drawing the petroglyphs also drew strange moon-faced looking creatures. But the real jewel of the whole thing is what we're going to call the map stone. And it is a very intricately designed stone with, multiple petroglyphs on it. And you guys get up here, you're looking at these things, and you're having this fucking deja vu feeling again of coming up here before, doing this exact same thing. It's even the same part of the day. Like, Theo can look at his phone and find out that it was almost 6 p.m. when he was taking the pictures from before. It's, getting around that time now. The sun's in the same spot in the sky, and damn, it all feels very, very the same as yesterday. And you're both having that feeling when out of the rocks, as you guys approach, steps Brandy Pocock. And she says,
Brandy's the innkeeper.
yeah, the innkeeper from Haven Inn.
Mhm.
And she says, you've come too far, agents. I thought that this would be done last night, or the night before that, or the night before that. But you guys just keep at it. It's time. It's time to end this.
Can I just shoot her mid monologue?
I've done it to you before. Yeah, go ahead. Roll your firearms check.
So it's 89 out of 88. I'm gonna spend a point of luck to make that a hit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll my lethality because it's 10 feet away with a 50 cal. That's a 30.
Oh, you did it with a sniper rifle?
Yeah. So that's damn, it's not lethal. It's 38. So that's adding 8 and 3, right? So that's 11 damage.
Yep.
Pierce 5. Yeah, just hip shot with the 50 cal. I'm gonna immediately drop it after that and pull out a more reasonable weapon, but I already had it in my hands.
Okay, so I'm gauging ranges and stuff like that. I just want to figure out. You definitely hit. You definitely did damage. And what's going to happen next is creepy as fuck. But let's say that like Brandy stepped out of the rocks, right, and she's standing up above you a little bit. You've got this great hip shot going. You shoot her in the chest, and it's a through and through. You see it come out the back, and it's a bloody black and red mess that spews out of her back. But she stares at you and then does like this micro smile, and then give me a power check. That was 11 damage, right?
Yeah. So 3 and 8.
Yep.
Oh god, of all the times to fucking fail like that. I rolled a 92.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. All right, give me a sanity roll too.
I failed that as well.
All right, so your willpower points are going to decrease by 1. Oops, I didn't mean to touch that on your thing. Shit. That should be 35. These willpower points right here down at the bottom where it says maximum 7 and current 7, we'll change this current 7 to 6 because it goes down by 1. And then for your sanity is going to go down a whole 6 points, buddy. Damn, that was a hell of a roll.
All right, so that's a breaking point for me.
Okay, then we're going to do flight, fight, or freeze. Oh, except that this doesn't... No, she's got control of your body.
Okay.
So you do drop the 50 cal.
Where do I when I pass a breaking point, what does the next breaking point go to?
Your whatever your current was minus your willpower.
Yours would be 14.
Is it the current or the maximum willpower?
It should be mathed off of your max. Let's just do max. It's way easier.
Okay.
All right, so instead of doing your fight, flight, or freeze, what I'm going to do is your fight, flight, or freeze. So you're still going to have agency of your body, except for this flight, fight, or freeze. Let me roll the d6. I'm going to say that your most likely is fight. Oh, you did it. Okay. You're going to pull your sidearm, but you're going to point it at Theo. You're going to pull the trigger. Theo, you see your friend shoot Brandy Pocock and then shakily pull the pistol and aim it at you. I'm going to give you a chance to dive out of the way here if you want to.
It's a dodge roll.
That is a dodge roll.
Was his turn to shoot Theo. I've been stabbing him all day.
I rolled a 74.
That's a fail for that dodge, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to roll the firearms.
Could I shoot the Brandy before he shoots me?
Oh, yeah, you were there. You had your pistol out.
Also
That's fair enough.
hasn't had a turn.
Yeah, we need to start moving in the right order, too.
I rolled a 93.
So that's going to be a no. So a bunch of just shots go off.
And then I feel like a gun pointing at me, and I turn sideways, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" And I go like, "I'm gonna dive out of the way," and I just freeze.
All right. Theo, your dex is highest. What's Agent Heron going to do right now?
Run and dive out of the way again.
Okay. Husky, you don't remember pulling the trigger at Theo, but you're aimed at Theo when your brain comes back online.
Am I back in control?
Yeah.
I'm going to readjust and shoot Brandy again.
Give me that firearms check.
That is a hit. Well, let's see. My sidearm is 1d10. That's
Lethality.
8 damage. Unfortunately, my sidearm doesn't have lethality. And the sidearm and my it doesn't have armor piercing either. So it's just 8 damage.
Okay. Brandy Pocock slaps both of her hands together in a kind of finger-tutting way that you've seen Theo do before. And this black bolt kind of looks like lightning, but it's made out of like black plasma, shoots out of her hand and towards Husky. Husky, it arcs out towards you like a bullet. And where's my fucking D10s that I pulled out? There. Oh boy. It's going to be a hit. She got a 26. All right. It feels like electricity coursing through you. You're going to take 7 damage. You'll have burn holes from where it entered your body to where it grounded out into the ground as this black electricity runs through you.
Ouch.
It could have stopped your heart. It's dangerous shit.
It's going to give
And
me
she
an idea.
cackles. All right, I think it's Theo's turn.
So I I froze, dove to the ground, and now from the ground I'm gonna crawl a little bit forward, and I'm gonna try to shoot her right between the eyes.
From prone, pistol out.
Yeah.
She's up on a rock. You got a good angle on her.
That's a 17.
You know, like Palpatine had his hands out, like shooting the bolts of lightning forward. That's kind of like what Brandy Pocock's doing. As your pistol finds her face. Go ahead and give me some damage.
That's 3 damage, Pierce 2.
You blow half of her jaw off. And it, other than moving her head sideways without a, jaw, she seems like she's okay. The same thing can be said about the massive 50 cal hole in her chest and other shots that, like, Archon's placed on her chest. She's still standing and shooting black plasmic lightning and shit,
And she's
It's
bleeding.
getting a little worrying.
She's bleeding red.
She's bleeding black and red. Yeah.
Okay.
This black-red mist has come out from behind her. That 50 cal hit. Husky.
I have this large IED bomb. I would like to charge her with it, and I'd like to toss it at her feet.
Yeah, give me that demolitions roll.
Just for the record, I'm technically within range of this thing. Theo may want to run.
Like, those are so much antiquities and all of the historical effects.
Yeah, I mean, my character may die here, so it's a lot more than that. That's 24, so successful demolition roll. I am going to try to dive behind something, that's going to keep me relatively safe when it goes off. That's a super good success for me. And I need to roll this one more time. Hopefully it's just about as good. It is! Lethality is triggered. That's 22.
Boom! This massive explosion goes off. And then for the next couple seconds, you hear the pattering of stone as it comes down from the sky, raining dust and debris everywhere. The cackling has stopped. That's good news. But when the dust clears, her body is just this mangled mess. The IED went off. And luckily, Husky dove behind the mapstone, which is now... it's taken the brunt. We're going to say that this mapstone is completely busted. It's a good thing you guys got pictures yesterday of this thing. You might be able to, like, put things back together, but, like, it is a shattered antiquity. And, Heron, you feel a little tug at your chest. This hurts.
Does it hurt as bad as your bleeding out partner, like on the ground behind the stone? Who, if assuming that, he can speak, because Husky is actually that was more than half his health from one shot, is on the ground going, I swear to God, if you put Neosporin in one of my wounds, I'm going to actually shoot you.
I mean, we don't have a first aid kit here. We were just going up to look at the destroyed.
I pull out the first aid kit that I'm like, I can't believe you don't carry a first aid kit.
Well, okay. Do you want me to try to help you out here? You need a lot of gauze, and I think, yeah.
Your first aid roll?
That's a 45. That is not a pass.
I said no Neosporin!
Okay, so this is gonna hurt. You're not gonna get any first aid up here on top of a mountain. You have asked your buddy Hammer to come back eventually. He might be snogging with Valerie, the vet.
I call him and say, like, we need you up here immediately. And then I call G-Cell and I say, we need a extract immediately. Then I call the sheriff and I say, hey, where are you?
I was down at the switchback.
Can you make it up to the top of the mountain super fast?
I'll be there shortly. And he actually would be the first to get to you. He was the closest. So the sheriff can come and get you and pull you off the mountain, and we can start next game, next session, next time. Recovering. You guys have killed 2 witches. Good job.
Wasn't Brandy on a bunch of drugs?
She was high when you've seen her.
And she was coming to kill me in my sleep too.
I'm actually more concerned that she might have control over the sheriff.
I think the sheriff was coming to kill me in my sleep.
Well, at this point, it would make sense that your character thinks everybody's coming to kill you in your sleep.
Even the doors.
No, you just can't pass through them. Also, where did she come from? So the sheriff just hears us the entire way while Husky is just laid quietly in the back. Got Neosporin and extra gauze.
I missed one of those firearms checks, didn't I? I need to check that.
Yeah. He can take you to the vet so that you guys can get patched up. It's where you guys went before and took Agent Red to get patched up. So you can meet up with Hammer back at the vet. And he's just busy like butchering this thing. Just covered in like squid ink blackness. And he looks happy as hell.
I'm watching YouTube videos on how to get the most out of your meat.
Just running it through ringers and stuff.
He's
gonna like wring it all out.
It's not about how to get most out of it. He's watching juicing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking Husky stumbles in. He's been hit by lightning. He's coughing up smoke still.
Pulling flecks of stone out of every like little, like he's got peppered stone all over him.
It's in his hair.
I have multiple blenders going as I'm turning this into a nice paste that I can fill the straws with.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll call it there because it's way past midnight. 12:11. Thank you, guys. I had fun. I had a good time. I don't care if you guys had a good time anymore. Fuck it.
Thanks everybody for watching on the stream. We will be back next Saturday with Traveler, and I'll see you next time.